welcome in today. How are y'all doing? How's everyone's weekend? I am here. I am ready. I was not um getting ready until the last minute. It's all good. Yeah. Hope everyone is doing well today. Much better than yesterday's 10 seconds. That's true. That's true. I was on top of the timer today. No, I think yesterday. Oh, no, I think I just wasn't paying attention yesterday. Yeah, you're right. I thought maybe like I was like fiddling, like I realized I forgot to start the music or something, but I don't think that's even the case. I think I was just not ready at the moment. But yeah. I hope everyone oh my god, my throat. I hope everyone is doing well. That was like a sound that I've never heard my throat make. That wasn't even like a voice crack. That was like a squeak or something like that was weird. You're doing pretty good. Your flip-flops broke yesterday. Oh no, that's the worst. It's like I have to say I haven't worn flip-flops in a very long time. Um, but when I was a kid, I would wear them a lot in the summer. And whenever the thing would break off, it's like they're useless after that. You can't wear them at all, right? Maybe you ought to switch to Crocs. They might be more durable. You had a crazy amount of pizza. How much is a crazy amount of pizza? Like an entire pizza? Because like usually I'm more of like 2 or 3 slice Andy. I wouldn't have more than 3 slices. Like 4 would be kind of crazy. I'd have to be really hungry. But I know some people could eat a whole pizza, like no problem. So it just depends. It depends if the crust is like thin crust or thick crust. It's like obviously it's easier to eat the thin crust pizza. 10 slices? Wait, that's more than a whole pizza. That's insane. Congratulations. Then snack a few at night? So more than 10? Congratulations. That is a lot of pizza. How do you feel? Does your stomach hurt? Do you feel fine after eating that much pizza? Like I don't know. It can't be that good for your digestion, no? I am I'm really sore today. We were doing this workout where like you lie on your side and then you just like lift yourself up? So it's like obliques, it's like glutes. So then but I was impressed at myself because I was like, I could lift up. And I was like, wow. Before I probably would not be able to get off the ground? But this time I could. But now this morning I'm feeling the effects of doing that. Like my sides are so sore. I'm just not gonna move around? You feel fine. We woke up normal, so I'm scared I'll hit like a truck or later. Possibly, possibly. But if you're fine now, then I'm sure it's okay. Um, your right one was kind of breaking, and I can see it coming, but the left one broke for what? If you can see that it's breaking, you need to preemptively replace it. Because if you're out and about walking around and your flip flop breaks, what are you gonna do? And Bear, thanks for the 120. Have I even streamed 120 times? That's crazy. Can I redeem 120 push-ups? No, yeah, no. You should have asked when you had a one stream streak. Crocs are so ugly. Everyone says they're super comfortable. I gotta give them a try. I'm not a Crocs wearer myself, but I think you probably wouldn't have that issue of like the flip-flop strap breaking, right? But maybe the Crocs, like the back strap can, but you don't need the back strap. So I think it's okay. They'd be more durable. But I feel like, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of flip-flops, unless I'm like at the beach, because like your feet get so dirty. It's like your feet aren't even touching the ground, but somehow your feet just get really dirty? And it's like that's kind of annoying because then I have to you know, then you just have dirty feet? That's on me. Frugal took over. Not the cheap flip-flops. I mean, the cheap flip-flops are pretty cheap. I do own some flip-flops still. I brought them with me here because I was like, I could use them as like, I could go on the balcony with them or something, but I never actually wear them. But they're like nicer ones. Like they shouldn't break, I think. But I literally have not worn them once. But they could be useful one day, going to the pool, going to the beach, which I have definitely done. I don't even know if I like own a swimsuit anymore. I think I do, but like I don't think I've even worn it. Like I think I got like a new one a while ago because I was like, oh, maybe I'll go to the pool. But then like I that was like years ago, and I did not go to the pool. And I'm not a fan of swimming at the beach because like at least here in Vancouver, like the beaches are way too cold. Like even in the middle of summer when it's really hot out, the water is really cold. So I'm not about like swimming in freezing cold water and like just dying, you know? Because I'm the type of person where I'll be really cold, you know. So not a huge fan. But maybe if I was, I know some places the water's warmer, but I kind of prefer a heated pool, you know. And sometimes the water's really dirty, you know. Like it's like there's a lot of like boat oil, like motor oil, and it's like that kind of place, you know. Like obviously you don't really want to be swimming in that. Although people do. Yeah, basically just really sore today. I was gonna stretch this morning, but I didn't have time. I was running late. You get cold easily in cold water. You cannot stand it for long amounts of time. That's true. That's true. You probably are used to like warmer temperatures, right? But yeah, I've never been much of a swimmer in the ocean here. Sometimes I see people swimming in like sometimes I see people swimming in like the colder months. Like it's like October or like late September, and I'm like wearing like a light jacket, and they're out there swimming in the water. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Or like people will be swimming like in the evening, like they'll be swimming at like night, and I'm like, that must be really cold. I don't know. There's no way the water is warm. I guess I just like survive it. And a bear, thanks for the 13 months. Is it your last notification of the stream? You might find another one. I don't know. But thanks for the 13 months. I appreciate it. Lucky, I mean, I'm not opposed to 13. I'm not opposed to 13 as a number because I was born on the 13th, you know. I don't feel it's unlucky. Also, I'm not superstitious. Are you a beach or pool person? Um, if I had to choose, I'd pick pool, but I don't feel that strongly. I don't feel that strongly about either of them. You don't like sand that much, so I'd rather take the pool. Yeah, sand is a bit annoying. I do agree. You always pick number 13 as a jersey when growing up. Nice, nice. Because you were such a big Taylor Swift fan, right? Can you swim? Yes. And welcome in, Zia. Nice to meet you too. Yeah, I did swimming lessons. I think almost everyone here knows how to swim just because, like, we live on the coast, right? So I think a lot of people just know how to swim. It would be kind of unusual not to. And welcome in, Gamer Sushi. How are you? I think most people here know how to swim. And then, um, this is a story that is always told in my family, but we had my cousin from Japan, come visit when she was quite young. Like she was like, I don't know, like 10 or 12 or something like that. And she was like, oh, I know how to swim, but all the pools in Japan at the public school, like the school, sorry, like you can touch the ground. Like not even at the schools, like normal pools as well. Like when you go to like the rec center or whatever, you can touch the ground in the pools. It's quite uncommon to have a pool where you cannot touch the ground. So she was like, yeah, I can swim. I can swim. And then we went to like a pool here, and then we jumped off the diving board, and it was like a normal like a normal depth pool, you know, for like a diving board. Like it was like, I don't know, 2-3 meters deep. Okay, not even, it's probably not 2 meters, probably like 3 to 5 meters deep, right? Like it's like a proper deep end pool. And yeah, and then she had to get rescued by the lifeguard because she could not swim. She could swim when her feet could touch the ground, which I don't know if that counts as swimming. Because Taylor Swift was totally around when you were growing up. You invented it. You invented it. The concept of Taylor Swift. You told you EM Femine works. I had a totally different picture. Like I had a totally different picture in mind. I was like, because when you said EM, I was thinking melt. I was like, oh, it's melt Femine. But I'm surprised that like you can still get like the physical damage out of him. But I guess he does do physical he has like a weird thing, right? Because like if you hold the skill and then like it does cryo and then it like the percentage shifts. Like that's too confusing for me. My brain is too small for a character with a kit with multiple aspects to it. I cannot handle that. But yeah, I'm doing right now. I have like a Kaya melt team, and what I've found is like really crazy is instructor set. I was like, damn, like this is a 4-star set, and it's like I was putting it in the calculator, and like without instructor set and with instructor set, crazy difference. I was like, damn, that EM makes a huge difference. I remember a time I accidentally confused the kids area with the 2-meter deflection in the pool hotel and jumped directly at it while not knowing how to swim. Did you get saved by the lifeguard, Ricky? Same with my cousin. That's never happened to me because I hear like it's very common to take swimming lessons when you're like 5. Like you start when you're like 5, and by the time you're like 8, you can swim pretty well. Like you can do like by the time I was like 10 or 12, like I was pretty like competent at swimming. I wouldn't say like I'm a strong swimmer now, but like I wouldn't drown. You know, like I'm not gonna drown. I'm using my math degree job no again. True. I should use that. I also have a math degree. Um, I should use that. Should use that for. Although I don't do my own calculations again because like I cannot be bothered. I literally cannot be bothered because there's like so much that goes into it, right? There's like team buff, there's team resonance, there's other character buff, there's weapon buff, there's reaction like multipliers, and like the people have already like made tools to like calculate that. So like, I'm just gonna stay out of it. I'm just gonna stay out of it. Me just instructor show. I'm just saying, I was very surprised that it's so good. Like obviously the character you put it on kind of loses out because it's a 4-star set. But like Benny is not that bad on it. I think it's good. Does the EM Femine, would that build work with Verena? Because I was thinking that because Verena has a pretty big buff, and you have Xingqiu on the team. So, like, if you replace Xingqiu with Verena, but then you need a healer. I don't know how well Femine works with, like, Mika. Because Mika would be really good, because it's, like, a team-wide heal. And I think you can use him with Verena, and he also buffs physical damage. But I don't know how that compares to Rosaria. Your whole family is doing something else, and you're playing with a friend that also did not swim. Great. You're like splashing everything until they reach the corner. Wait, there's no lifeguard? That's scary. And none of your family was watching. You could have drowned. Actually, this is another common story. We have a lot of drowning stories that were told. My mom almost drowned once, and her brother, my uncle, saved her. Like when she was like quite young, like under 10. Like she almost drowned. And those are the times where like I guess just parents aren't watching, they don't care. They're like, you know what? If my child drowns, survival of the fittest, Like natural selection. Not that I remember if they were sleeping strongly. Oh my gosh. Well, at least you survived, Ricky. And I'm sure that hopefully that motivated you to learn not jump in the deep end or not learn how to swim. Why were you playing in the pool if you can't swim? Wait, that's a real question. Why were you at the pool if you can't swim? Like that's really dangerous. Like even in the shallow end, that's kind of dangerous. Cause like, kids can drown in like really small amounts of water. That's what freaks me out as well. Cause like apparently like a toddler can drown in like a few inches of water. I'm like, what are they doing? Like when toddlers are stupid. You looked twice at everything after that day. Yeah, fair enough. Can you swim now? Living on the edge. Apparently. I mean, kids have no fear. Let's be real. Like when you guys were a kid, did you have like I had no fear. Like and I think things get harder as you get older. Like learning new things and like certain activities get harder as you're older because you just have you have more like self-preservation, That's how I always feel about skiing. I had no problems with skiing as a kid. I would just go straight down the hill. Like I would not bother with stuff like slowing down or like going side to side so you can go slower. Like, no, when you're a kid, you just go straight down. Um, but yeah, it's now it's like I'm too scared to go fast down the ski hill because I feel like I could get injured. You can swim, but you have a massive fear of water. I mean, fair enough, fair enough. But at least you can swim. But I'm sure you'll avoid water anyway. Toddlers are stupid. That is true. It's true. They can drown in a few inches of water. You gotta keep an eye out. Like how do you drown in a few inches of water? They just lie their face down and they don't even try to get up. Like what are they doing? There's a kids section as water is fun. I do know how to swim now. I mean, if anything, that seems like it was your parents' fault for not watching you. But I'm glad you can swim now and will not drown, hopefully. I feel like drowning seems very scary. When I was a kid, I used to be scared that there was like a shark in the pool. Did you guys have this? Did you guys have this fear? Like I thought maybe something would be in the pool, even though it's like obviously like would never happen. When I was a kid, I had a like an overactive imagination, and I would kind of like I'd be like, oh, what if there's something there? No, you never thought this. Sorry. Okay, maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just me. But like legitimately, I was like, what if something was here and it like bites me? You know? Like you never know. You never know. A shark. Someone could have brought a shark, carried a great white shark in, and threw it into the pool. Never know. No, Um, I stopped swimming lessons when I was quite young. But I remember like my least favorite thing was they would make us tread water, which is like where you just like stay in place and you just like float, right? Or not, you don't float, but like you stay afloat, right, by paddling. And they would make us do that for like minutes, and I was so annoyed. I was like, I'm so tired. I don't want to do this. Like, but it's a very useful skill because like you know, if you were thrown into the water for some reason, you need to be able to stay afloat. But like, why can't I just lie on my back? That seems so much easier. But yeah, we had to travel water for like that was my least favorite part. Cause like I don't mind like swimming back and forth or whatever, but treading water, I think I just was unathletic even as a child. Cause I don't know how long I could do that now. Maybe if I was like gonna die, if I was gonna die, I could do it. But like in, I don't know if you like lose the ability to swim because I can't remember the last time I went swimming. Like it was probably like 10 years ago. So like I'm like I don't know if my swimming skills have declined. And welcome in, Maroon. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, I'll have to try. I'll have to try going swimming again and see what happens. But I'm sure you don't forget. But then I feel like people say that about riding a bike, and I feel like if I tried to ride a bike now, I'd feel very unsteady. You know? Like I feel like I would not be, but I was never that good to begin with. So maybe it's not really too much of a loss. I have no idea. Your bicycle skills definitely have declined. If I do it again, you'd fall. Do you think like it comes back quickly though? Like it's like muscle memory, right? So like surely if you do it a little bit, then it will come back. But now I think about riding a bike. I haven't done it. I haven't done it in probably like 15 years. So like if I thought about it now, I feel like yeah, I would fall. So maybe it's not true. You do forget how to ride a bike. And like maybe you do forget. I feel like I could swim though. Like I feel like if someone threw me in the water, like I feel like I could swim. You know? Like at least I wouldn't be like the best at swimming, but like I think I would be able to stay afloat. Muscle memory is insanely good. I think so. I think so. I mean, I was reading that thing about when people, like a lot of people played piano as a kid, right? And then like they don't play for like 10, 20 years, and apparently you get back to your original level. Like say you were like grade 8 at piano when you were like 12. And then like you didn't play till you were like 30, and those people, they said they got back to the original level within months. Like of just practicing again because it's like ingrained in you, which is crazy. So it must be the same with swimming and biking as well. Farina would be more beneficial to convert to Xingqiu to decrease Fermine's damage. The only issue is I have Cookie for heals, not the best. Yeah, I thought I was thinking too. Because the issue that I have that I'm not sure what to do about is like, but it's actually not that bad. Like, you actually don't need a team-wide healer as much as you think, because I my Kaya team uses Benny, because like I need the C6 Benny, right, for to do any pyro. But he's my only healer aside from use with Farina, and I do max out the stocks because like Kaya's on the field and he's getting healed. Benny heals quite quickly, so it actually works out okay. But yeah, maybe Cookie is not the best. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I had my like makeup singing lesson on Wednesday, and I was singing real high, you know. Because like before we were singing songs, and then like I was like, I don't know, the song is not really like in my range, you know. Like we were singing song from Wicked, and it's like Idina Menzel's part or like Elphaba's part, and like her voice is like much lower than mine, so it's just like it's like fine, but it's like it's just kind of low, and I feel like my skills are more in the higher range. And I was singing like I have not sung high since I was in choir in school. I was in choir in school, and I used to sing really high like I was a soprano. But I haven't sung in that range like for a long time. But it came back. It came back. And welcome in, Vince. How are you doing today? You've never caught a Miju singing before, really? Well, you gotta save up your channel points. I have a redemption for it. But I also have like clips and stuff. You could just watch the clips for free. You played that C sharp on piano after reading a message. It's indeed high. I know, that's so high. If you go any higher, it's like whistle notes. And I have produced a whistle note at some point in my life, but apparently they're very damaging to your voice. Like look at Mariah Carey. Her voice is wrecked. But yeah, they're like even if you can do them and like they feel comfortable, but it just isn't. Some notes, some sounds that you make obviously have a large toll on your vocal health. So I'm like, I'm not gonna bother with. I don't really care about singing whistle notes or anything like that. It's kind of like a gimmick, if anything. But like normally high, like I want to be able to sing like I'm doing classical training. I want to be able to sing in like a classical fashion, I want to be like a true soprano in a classical but I don't even know if I would sing classical music. I don't know any classical music. So I'm like, I don't know what I'd do about that part, but like isn't classical music often in Italian? Like is often not in English, right? What are you supposed to do? Am I supposed to just butcher it? You could, but nothing beats the live. That's true. That's true. Well, you gotta save up. I think I made it cheaper recently. You wanna sing opera? Yeah, I wanna sing opera. I don't even know, but I don't know if I wanna sing like full opera. I wanna be able to sing operatically. You know what I mean? Like have that training and have that ability. Like I don't necessarily want to like sing in an opera, but like I think I want to be able to like have that skill, and use some aspects of that skill. I just think it would be fun. I think it'd be fun to be because like I like being able to do different things with my voice. Like trying like different styles of music or like different ways of using your voice. But also if you know classical, it's like the basis of everything, right? So like once you can sing classically, you have a really good foundation because like classical is very like pure in terms of technique. It's kind of like, the instructor kind of compared it to like if you're a dancer learning ballet. Italian, where's Elisa? True. If I have to sing, if I go full opera and I sing an opera song, then Elisa will have to help me with my pronunciation. Although when I was in Italy with her, I was like we got like a brochure. Like we were in this like random like historical place, and we got this brochure that was like in Italian, about like the history of the building. And I was reading it to her in Italian, and she was like dying laughing. So it must have been really bad. Like she thought it was really funny. So I think it must have been quite bad. So I don't know about my Italian pronunciation. Although you guys always say my Spanish pronunciation is not bad. So it's not that different, right? So like how bad could it be? Maybe she has high standards. Because every time I say something in Spanish, everyone's like, "Wow, it's so good." Or maybe you're just saying that in the way that Japanese people say, like, "Wow, nihongo jozu." Like maybe it's like in that way, you know. But I have a big ego, so I take it. Like build your vibrato. I'm not too familiar with this stuff. Like I mean, it's like a multitude of things. It's more like you know the way they sing in opera, right? Like it's like more of it's one like having really good technique, um, and just like just being good at singing in general, to be able to sing like that. But then also like um, yeah, it's just like a very pure technique. And like they don't use a lot of breath in their voice. Like a lot of pop singers can be like you can be kind of like breathy for like style, and like you you sing like the way you pronounce words is also very different in opera. Like you use very pure vowels. That's like a big thing. Vowels is like a huge thing in singing. A lot of people, I feel like that's the thing that a lot of people like if you think you're bad at singing, but your pitch is okay. That's one thing that I think makes a big difference. Because I feel like the people who um, have good pitch, but they're not that good at singing, like they're not really familiar with singing. I think a lot of times they're just trying to sing the way they speak, which is not helpful. So like you can't, it doesn't sound as good. But once 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 I tell them like, oh, like use this vowel, then it actually sounds a lot better. I remember telling my teachers in my rebel moments I want to play jazz or Cuban music, not classical, and they all said the same. You cannot play anything easily without classical knowledge. It's really efficient to learn from. Exactly, exactly. Because it's like if you want to be able to, if you want to be like, if you want to play Cuban music, if you learn classical first, you're gonna have a really good foundation, and from there you can learn anything, right? Like you can learn a lot of stuff, versus just learning contemporary music, from the start. It's just the foundation, right? But obviously, like that doesn't mean it's like basic. Like obviously, like you can go very far with classical music, and there's a lot to like. It's like endless, right? But you can also, once you have a good foundation, you have a better base to. It's a lot easier to learn other things. And welcome in, Ruska. Hope you're doing well. Your Spanish can be good since it's the same pronunciation to Japanese, but missing the rolled R's is a big miss. I know, but like when it's like that's one of those things. It's like I feel like you have to. My friend, one of my childhood friends, well, she went into speech therapy, but it was also like linguistics. And she is actually fluent in Spanish now, as an adult. Um, but she said like she can't roll her R's, which is like a huge detriment, like in learning Spanish, of course, right? But um, like she's still like understandable. She just tries to like differentiate them like in a way she can. But she said like it's one of those things you learn as a kid. Like she said like, oh, like if you have kids, then make them do like a lot of sounds, because otherwise they won't have that ability when they're older, right? So like um if you just if you if you have a child, then you can teach them to do all sorts of different sounds, and they will be able to do it. And if they unlock that ability as a child, then if they're older and they want to learn a different language that has different sounds in it, then it'll be a lot easier for them. But I don't know if rolled R's is something that I can learn. Cause like if she hasn't learned it, and she's been studying Spanish for years now, and like she put a lot of effort into learning Spanish. Like she was living in Spanish speaking countries for a long time. Um, so I don't know. Maybe it's just not possible. It's just like your mouth cannot do that. But yeah, I don't know. But I guess I'm not learning Spanish, so I guess it's not a big deal for me. I'll just be slightly bad. I can never do a rolled R for the life of me. See, there you go. There you go. Okay, my protagonist. And she can't do it at all. Yeah, she can't. She can't. She says like obviously she must have tried a lot, right? Because like she went from zero Spanish like out of high school to fully fluent. Um, but yeah, she can't roll her R's. Maybe she can now. I haven't spoken to her in a while. I haven't asked her this specifically. And welcome in, Chikano. How are you? Can you roll your R's, Chikano? We'll pull the chat. But there's surely no Spanish speaking people that can't roll their R's because like you learned as a kid, right? You bring shame to your I almost said Spain. Shame to your Spanish blood. Wait, so did you learn Spanish as a kid? Like did you speak Spanish when you were young? Maybe protagonist is the exception. Watch this. I can't do it. Can you say through? Through. I don't roll my R's on the through. I'm guessing Angel can too. You don't do that. Do you roll your R's on the through? You can roll your R's, but you know more Japanese than Spanish, but not much of either, right? I guess the R doesn't roll through. True. You're immune to roll R. I'm pretty sure most people don't roll their R's on through. It's probably because you're like a native Spanish speaker. Oh no, I've never heard anyone do this. Yeah, but that shows you how little Spanish I know. I know. I might know more than you. I can say lots of things. Only rolling we do in this house is I-framing a boss. True. Like I know numbers, a few food items, and your name. Okay, knowing your name does not count. Come on. You've heard English speakers roll their eyes. Don't foreign me. Don't foreign you. That's a great new verb. I like that. Not really spent the majority of your early childhood speaking English from your brother. Not so much Spanish, even though your parents are Spanish speakers only. What, really? Your parents are Spanish speakers only? Oh, so did you do the immigrant parents thing where they spoke Spanish to you and you speak English back? I have some family friends who are absolutely like that. Like their mom only speaks Japanese to them, but they cannot speak any Japanese. But they understand it so well. That's annoying, low-key. What's annoying? Spanish pod or Mexican? Oh yeah. You mean Spanish, like Spanish speaking? I already forgot everything you guys told me about the Latino term versus Hispanic. I already forgot. Salvadorian. Oh, really? When they speak Spanish and you answer in a completely different language? That's annoying. But like, it's one of those things, like I do the same because like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. It's like when I'm responding to my mom, like my Japanese is not good enough sometimes to express what I want to say, and then at that point it's just easier to say in English, right? Because like I try to say it in Japanese, but it's like kind of hard, and like it's like it doesn't really get my point across, right? So like it's like that's why it's easier to just answer in English. But I'm trying to answer more in Japanese, like and like practice more, but sometimes it's just harder, you know. But yeah, it is unfortunate. Like, I'm sure, like, as they get older, you're like, oh, I wish I had spoken Spanish to my parents. You know, like I wish I had learned, because it's much easier to learn when you're a kid. Because like I resented going to Japanese school and stuff. I literally like we would go to Japanese school like after school. Like I go to school and then my mom would be like, time to go to Japanese school, and I'm like, I don't want to go to Japanese school. Like, obviously not. But She was right. She was right. I appreciate it when I was older. I think my Japanese ability mostly comes from the fact that, we were lucky enough to like go to Japan every year, right, as a kid. So I think that's mainly where the Japanese ability comes from, and also like speaking to my grandparents like on call. Even a few native speakers that cannot roll the R's, it can happen, just not common. Maybe it's just like the way their mouth is. Yeah, I guess it's kind of the same. I guess it'd be kind of like here, like if you had some sort of like speech impediment that prevented you from pronouncing certain things. Um, if I knew in hindsight, I would have taken the opportunity from learning at least two languages as a kid. I know, I know. But when you're a kid, you don't have that foresight, I just think it's boring. Um, and also like, I think it's also a younger sibling thing because my mom swears by this. Because when I was a kid, I'm the oldest, right? I just have a younger brother, and for me, in my household, when I was a kid, when I was a baby, for like 3 years until my brother was born, it was only Japanese in the house, and I was getting like just pure Japanese practice, right, as a kid. Um, and then like when my brother was born, I was fluent in English, right? Or like I was getting there. So as we got older, we would speak English to each other because like I've never once spoken Japanese. Like okay, I can count the number of times I've spoken Japanese to my brother with no one there is like not even like if it's in Japan, like our cousins are there. Of course, I'm speaking Japanese to him, but like I never speak English. I never speak Japanese to my brother, right? Because we both are completely fluent in English and way better English than Japanese. But I think because of that, my brother's Japanese is way worse than mine. Because like he didn't get that Japanese household that I did, right? Just because I was there, I ruined it. You speak to us for 1 minute at a time in Japanese too? Crazy practice, yeah? I spoke broken Spanish until middle school when I started watching telenovelas, which helped me learn. Those sound really fun because I never watched one, but I've watched. Have you watched Jane the Virgin? It's like a Western. It's like a Western sitcom, but it's based on telenovelas. Um, it's like it kind of has like it's kind of it's not like a parody. It's like kind of a parody, kind of like a homage, because like they do use like all the telenovela tropes, but they do it in like it's very like self-aware. But sometimes it's very emotional as well. It's very serious. Um, but they do everything like they do like twins. There's like a secret twin. There's like someone gets their memory erased. Someone, like there's all this stuff. And it's such a good show. It's such a good show. If you like telenovelas, it's definitely worth a watch, I think. I mean, I'm not speaking for someone who hasn't seen one and still likes the show, but from what I understand, it's like a homage, yeah. It comes from like a love of telenovelas and not like a parody as in they hate it. It's just a good show overall as well. Um, but it's a roller coaster for sure. I haven't seen that show in a while. Not that I would rewatch it now. I feel like I've watched it a couple of times. But yeah, it's I was actually thinking about a show recently, but I can't remember. 'Cause I was like thinking, I was like, oh, this would be a good show to watch again. I really cannot remember. What was it? It was like a sitcom. Oh, it was Fresh Prince. I was thinking about this in the car. Cause I was listening to Dochi and the song, her really famous song right now, "Denal's the River," has like, it's like, sorry, I'm like very uncultured, so like I don't know much like '90s hip hop, but it was like she was like telling like it's like a song, it's like a rap song, but she's like telling like a story, and the music video is like a sitcom, it's like filmed like a sitcom, so I was just remembering Fresh Prince, and I was like, oh, that is such a good show. Cause like once in a while I see like one time I see like a clip of it, and I'm like, oh, such a good show. Question: if a name ends with Z, do you Zeds or Z when using possessive? I think the first one. Yeah, it's the first one. But not many people's names end with Z. Like, it's not that common, is it? But yeah, we would say like if someone's name was like Jazz, then you would say like Jazzes, I think. But you'd say that in English too. Like if it was like, um, what's the name that ends with Z? Chris. You would say like Chris's, you know? Welcome to Hispanic last name. Oh, I guess yeah, last names, yeah, absolutely. So if someone was like Rodriguez, Rodriguez is, yeah, it would be the first one. Never thought about last names. I was like trying to think of a first name. I was like, what would be a first name? I'm sure people, I'm sure people have names. It would be like it would be like an unusual name for sure. But yeah, it's Tom, Tom, Tom's. There's like you just add his ad. That'd be cooler. Can't say. Can't. I feel like Tom is not a name. I feel like you're making that up. I did the other day for in a shortened version of a friend's name and went blank. I mean, either one works. But I think you only use like the just the apostrophe when it ends with an S. But people are stupid, so like I think even English speakers sometimes would just do like S comma S. You know? I feel like people like the fact that you're even asking this like I think it's like I'm pretty sure a lot of non-native speakers end up having a lot better grammar than English speakers because like we never think about this stuff. And like maybe we like have a wrong assumption and we just run with it, you know? I'm sure I have I'm sure I have incorrect grammar. You're in the stupid community. Yeah, look at Skano. It's never once used the right there or your. The uncanny ability. Oh, my music has paused. Get that back. um, I was I was watching the game yesterday, the hockey game, and Canada won the Four Nations tournament of hockey. It was apparently a really big deal, but I never watched the game. But it was like Canada versus USA, and you know things are these days. And Canada won. Go Canada. Best at hockey. Your English is getting better. I think it is actually. I actually think you're right. Cap, Merc. Yeah, that's his English. Getting better. Ricky with the slang. He's gonna have better slang than me. Even I don't use those things. They defeated the other three nations. The Avatar is coming. That's us. Well, how would you assign them? There's Canada, US, Finland, and Sweden. How would you assign the Avatar? I don't know all the Avatar nation. I just know there's a fire nation. So I'm assuming there's like a water nation and a grass nation. It's like Pokemon. And a ground nation, like a earth nation. There's always earth magic, right? Earth nation. Wind nation. Oh, forgot about that one. I don't know about Wind nation. He needs to learn it when he moves to the US. Does he? Does he? It will come up often. Is that how people in Florida speak? I feel like I'm really off about the nations. Avatar with the blue people or Avatar with the arrow on the head? Arrow on the head, arrow on the head. Not the blue people. I don't think there's nations. I think they just have Pandora. That's what it's called, Pandora. My eyebrow's so itchy, but I can't itch it. Just gonna push through. Just gonna push through. Cause my eyebrow tattoos are healing. It's so annoying. Camille's asking about slang, and I was asking about Cambridge words. Fair enough. Fair enough. She sounds smart. I think Canada's water. US can be fire. What are the other ones you mentioned? Finland and Sweden. Pandora. Yeah. My avatar knowledge is really good. I didn't even watch the new one. You don't know much about those? Well, we can ask Draconian. He can give us the Scandinavian insight. Can be either or. Yeah. Wait, what are the other Avatar nations? Am I right? Is it Earth Nation and Wind Nation? That's my final guess. I don't think there's a Grass Nation. I think that's stupid. Earth and air. Wind is basically air. I think I got it. I think I got it. You saw an interview with Tim yesterday. He said they're working on an album 5, and he's working on a solo. Yeah, he's been working on a solo album for a while. He said he announced that like a year ago, but it's still in the work. Albums take a while. It's fair enough. It's fair enough. But yeah, I was yeah I had something. I can't remember what I was gonna say. I had something to add about this. I cannot remember. I guess we will never know. We will never know. Yeah, it's I don't know. I think someone was asking me about Avatar yesterday. Like someone was asking about Avatar yesterday, and they're like, "Have you watched Avatar?" And I was like, "I've not watched Avatar." I mean, they're like almost done. Remember that You Will Die came out a year forever ago. It was like a few years, right? I don't know. I misread Pandora as Pantera. What's Pantera? I heard there's a new Avatar Arrowhead coming out. Bald child Avatar coming out. Didn't they just have one though? I thought they just made like live action one, and then people didn't like it. Pantera is a band. Oh, okay. Chicano seems to like them. Like there's Aang, Korra, and there's an Korra. Now there's another one in the making. Oh, like they're making another one not based off Aang? Is that what you mean? There were 2 different animated okay. I haven't been following this very well. Never seen a single episode of Avatar? Because you're a weeb. And you're too much of a Puritan weeb. You're like, if it's not made in Japan, I cannot watch this anime. Even though, if you watch Arcane, I'm sure you'd love it. It's so good. Western anime, you don't do that. But you could. You're missing out, you know? There's some great Western shows. You could watch Jane the Virgin. Such a good show. Oh, I could not see Chicano watching that, but maybe I could, like, if you tried it, you get really into it, you know? You gotta give it a chance. Okay, also, there's something in my eye, and it's really annoying me. Give me, like, 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. There's nothing in my eye. I just had one eye. I did actually notice this morning. But I had one eyelash that was like touching, like it was like curling back into my eye. I'm like, how's that allowed? You know? So I just pulled it off. So, you know. No, sorry, no dance party. You can have a dance party when I pee. But that was just a quick moment to save my eye from going blind. It's funny, the complete opposite of my friend. Oh, it's anime. I don't watch that. No, Chicano's just weird. He's like, video games, anime. If it's not made in Japan, I don't like it. You know, which is silly. The origin does not matter. If Westerners who watch anime are weebs, what are Easterners who watch cartoons called? America Boo. And Wakamin Social for doing well today. There's another one I learned. It's like fixing. Is fixing preparing for going out or preparing food? Fixing is like if you're like fixing yourself a meal, then that means you're preparing food. You wouldn't say about going out. You would only use fixing for like actually like fixing something, like repairing something, or fixing a meal. But like not many people say that. I don't think it's that common. You're not weird. You like Western movies. You are being weird about that. The raw ingredients are broken. Absolutely. Cause like I don't know. I feel like I mean it's one thing to like JRPGs, cause like I feel like that's like a genre in and of itself, you know. Um, so like, but then like there's so many like it's like oh I only like platformers from Japan. I feel like there's no distinction. And even if you like JRPGs, a lot of Western people make similar RPGs, you know? I'm uncommonly fixing food. Don't ask what you'll judge. Is it mashed potatoes and rice? Speaking of JRPGs, I forgot about the grinding aspect, and God, it gets boring fast. What were you playing again? I remember you posted about it. One is a movie based on Avatar, but the characters are now adults. The second is a new series where the Avatar is an earthbender. We got a premise for the show. It's a twin. Aww. Well, I hope they go well. I hope they're good. P3. Oh, P3. I see, I see. Western get video games met except for Rockstar. Oh my gosh. You do you, man. You do you. You're missing out. You're missing out on some great games. Oh, actually, you know, we were talking about fantasy and how we don't like fantasy. I was thinking about that, but then I was like, I love God of War. And God of War is like, okay, I guess is fantasy and mythology different? Because like, it's fantasy, right? Because like people are using swords. There's elves. There's like the Alfheim. There's like dark elves and light elves, and there's dwarves. Like, is that not fantasy? Yeah. So like, what is the difference between liking fantasy and liking mythology? Because they feel so similar, especially Norse. Norse mythology is very fantasy coded, no? Greek and but Greek doesn't feel fantasy, right? Greek feels more like it's a bit LARPy, I guess. But it's a bit different. But it's like same thing. It's like magic. It's like all this stuff. I don't know. But I feel like Norse mythology is also hella LARPy, you know? Because like there's elves, there's dwarves, there's druids. I don't know what all the things are. I forgot. But you know. So I was thinking about God of War. I was like, is that not fantasy? I have no idea. And like but then the reason I like God of War is not the setting, right? Like the reason I like God of War is because like the story is very compelling and the characters are very compelling. Is a new kingdom come? Everyone talking about Eastern or Western? I have no idea. Okay, China says Western. I don't know much. I heard about the game for the first time yesterday from Kalani. But yeah, it's like I don't know. I think for me, it's like I don't personally care for fantasy elements as long as the story is grounded. Like if the story is if the story is like all about if the story is mainly about like the plot and like it's like a magic wizard that's trying to destroy the world or whatever, if it's like that, then like that I can't enjoy that as much, right? Sorry, I don't know if you can hear my dishwasher beeping. But if the story is grounded in like character development and like grounded relationships and stuff between the characters, then I think I can enjoy it. But generally, I'm not. I think what takes me out of the fantasy element is like when the story is just based on like the magic part, you know. I feel like FromSoft makes LARPy games to get the bag, to get the bag. But honestly, like they were always like fairly successful, right, with like Dark Souls and stuff like that. But they reached a whole new level of like commercial success with Elden Ring, right? And I think that's mainly because the game got more accessible, and also it's like open world, right? FromSoft got a chokehold on LARPism. True, true. But I feel like fantasy is so common in games, like fantasy settings and stuff. They made Armored Core, which is not LARPy, and the early LARPer games are terrible. I remember Isat was talking about like a N64 game or something they made. You know, sometimes it takes them a minute to figure out how to find their niche. You know, I think it's I think they definitely paved the way for their genre. But, it probably took a minute. They made a few PS2 titles which are awful. Look, sometimes they have skeletons in their closet, And welcome in Diz. Hope you're doing well today. But like I don't know. It's like what was I gonna say? Yeah, I feel like there's so many fantasy games. It's such a common setting. King's Field is that one of their early games? You guys know I don't know any games before 2014. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just not a huge fan of RPGs in general because I think it's just like for me it's a bit too gamey. You know what I mean? Like I know I'm playing a video game, but it's like I think sometimes they get too bogged down in the details and it's like it's too gamey, It's like you eat lamb, too gamey. Video games weren't invented till 2014 to me. Exactly. I'm pretty sure. Unless it's Nintendogs. Nintendogs existed, yeah. It's actually I didn't start properly playing games until 2016. It was actually 2016. But I played video games from a few years prior to that, like, I don't know, but I'm sure there was something that I played. Oh, The Sims is from 2014, so there you go. Although Sims was invented in like the 90s or 2000s, but Sims 4 before 2014 made you play outside. For real, I did. I played outside as a kid. I wasn't playing video games. I played outside. Trying to find a new game to play, but you're out of ideas. You want protagonist help? I don't know enough JRPGs for you. I would recommend you games, but you're so closed off, to suggestions, There's so many. Did he play? He did play Metal 4, but he did not like it. Yeah. Did any of you play Neighbor from Hell? That sounds scary. What is that? Hello, Larvae, you can't. There's so many. How do you feel about Western indie games, Takano? Because there's so many great indie games. And like, yeah, they're not JRPGs, but like, not everyone can make a JRPG. Like, JRPGs are very large games, in general. Like, I think that's another thing. RPGs in general are very large games. They're very long. That's saying a lot. You don't care for all indie games? But it's not even like a genre. Or you just mean like you prefer like a really big world to explore? Like if you like RPGs, I'm assuming you just like a really big world and like a lot of content and like a long game. You don't like short games. I mean, I guess that would make sense considering like you like Breath of the Wild and those are all very large scale games, right? Play Love and Deep Space. We find a better game. Yeah, maybe Chikano is gonna be a Love and Deep Space gamer. You like games with a deep story and a good battle system. Yeah, okay. But that can be still an indie game. Does it have to be long? Because like some games have really good story and good battles, but it doesn't mean it's an RPG or really long. I'm sure Chikano has played Final Fantasy. There's lots of great games like that, but I guess it just depends. I like a good story too. Hades is cool. If that could be a good introduction to indie games for you, Hades, you love mythology, and Hades has great characters. And the battle system is really good. Ooh, welcome in, Mirage. Xenoblade, yeah, that fits his JRPG only from Japan niche, Thought about playing Husbando Simulator 15 so that I own it already, but I heard mixed reviews. I mean, you could always try it, I guess. You already have it. Why not? The battle system is basura. What's basura? I don't know. Please enlighten us. Garbage? You think it's garbage? Neighbors from Hell, the 2003 game where you go into your neighbor's house and do practical jokes to him because he's an awful person. Basically, it was pretty known in Cuba. It sounds like a nice version of Hello Neighbor. Do you think Hello Neighbor copied that game? Xenoblade has a great OST. True, Xenoblade does have a great OST. Yeah, what about Hades, Chikano? Have you heard about Hades? You know who loves that game? Kovaris. Kovaris loves Hades. What about like a Western RPG like Path of Exile? That people like that game, right? You don't do Hades? Why not? It has really flashy combat. But it's a roguelike, so I don't know if you like roguelikes. I can understand not liking roguelikes because they're kind of... Some people don't like it that it restarts each time, which is valid. 100% what's inspired by... Yeah, it sounds really inspired by it. And Hello Neighbor was a terrible game. I stand by that. It was a terrible game. Good idea, good concept, which I guess they stole, but actually a really awful game. Have you tried Xenoblade 3 or Xenoblade 2 DLC? Oh yeah, I'm not sure which Xenoblade Chikano tried. Is Path of Exile Western since New Zealand is more east than many Asian countries? Good point, good point. Maybe Chikano would be, he's like, oh, it's not Western because it's New Zealand. Perhaps. Played the first one for a few hours. Oh, maybe they've changed it since then. Cause like it must because they're on Xenoblade like 3 now, right? You're thinking about playing like a dragon? You could try that, yeah. And I don't really know what other games I would recommend. Like I feel like me and Chikano probably have our Venn diagram of like games is like 2 circles and then just Breath of the Wild in the middle. That I feel like that's probably the case. I don't think we would have much overlap. You just play Yakuza? Really? Do you really think that? I'm gonna look at my games to see what you would like. I have no idea, honestly. I mean, I love story games personally. Like, I really love story games. But I guess, like God of War fits that criteria too, right? Like, it has a great story, a great battle system. But maybe it's too Souls-like, the battle system. Nier Automata, true. Nier is great too. If you're weeby. Like I said, I actually own the game, but I didn't buy it myself. I'm trying to see what... There's so many great story games. Especially on PlayStation, there's so many great story games. If you're weeby. It's true! You can't say Nier is not weeby, okay? What about It Takes Two? What if you get a friend and you play It Takes Two? That's a fun game. And you can have a fun time with your friend. What else? I don't have a lot of like story games on Steam, honestly. I feel like a lot of my story games is like I think a lot of story games are like on PlayStation. Cause like I like Uncharted, I think it's really fun. What else? I see Persona on the shelf. They're coming with a new Takes Two on March. Wait, on March? That soon? Wait, that's so exciting! I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me. You play it with me? Okay. You can see how that goes. I'm sure Kalani will play with you. I'm volunteering Kalani. I've actually played It Takes Two like twice now. There's this indie Japanese studio that makes short horror games. They look so fun. Oh, the Konbini game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen that one. I actually started near, couldn't continue because I was uncomfortable and got bored. There's a lot of some of the character designs for the female characters are a bit questionable. I remember like near what's the other one? Replicant. The girl is just wearing like lingerie. Like it's like everyone else is fully dressed, but this girl is just like, why is she wearing lingerie? Like who let her like what? Do you do not want clothes? Could have worded better. It's like it's like It Takes Two, where it's co-op platform. Yeah, that sounds fun. I love It Takes Two is such a nice game. It's just fun. Like, a lot of games these days, it's like they're so like they just forget. Like, I feel like a lot of times they just forget. Like, it should just be fun. Like Mario Odyssey, or for example. Like it's just a fun time. You know, like obviously I like a good deep game. I like a game with like in-depth mechanics and stuff like that. Um, but it's like, yeah, It Takes Two is just a fun time all the way through. Pacing is really great. There's like constantly new mechanics, it's just silly. There's even a fighting game section. I don't know if it's Street Fighter or Tekken. It might be Tekken, but there's a fighting game section, and I died. I did terribly. You fight a squirrel, it died, but I beat him in the end. Marketing, right, to the weebs. You seen this? They did a horror game of being a female streamer. I live that every day. I don't need a game for that. Wait, what happens? Is there like a stalker? That sounds actually that sounds a bit too real. That sounds a bit too real. Like, I want a horror game where it's like a genuine fear, like a genuine real life fear of mine. Um, Nier Automata was cool, but definitely overhyped. I think I'm a sucker for a hack and slash. Yeah, I think it's very hack and slashy, isn't it? The next game from It Takes Two developed game is out the 6th of next month. Yeah. Angel was just saying. Really excited for it? Yes. I'm so excited for it too. I had no idea. Um, I am, I am, it's just such a good game. I'm really looking forward to it. And welcome in Falcon. Hope you're doing well today. Guess I got the pipe sword. Congrats. You should play that one in Halloween. That's so scary, man. And welcome in Maestro. How are you doing today? It's a stalker type thing, and she lives alone in a one-bed apartment. That's way too real. That's me. I don't need one that's like my life situation. I think like I don't like horror media about like break-ins, because like I feel like that's real. That's too real. Because like if it's like demons, and like that's fine. Like I'm not gonna have demons, probably. If they're here, that's fine. But like just like a break-in, or like I don't know, like just like general life things that could realistically happen. That's like it's kind of scary. Kind of stalkers, but there's like twist endings. Yeah, I'm not gonna play that, guys. That's too scary. Indecisions get different endings. Nice. I like a good different endings. You're doing okay. I'm glad to hear, Maestro. And she's Japanese, bro. That's my life. What do you mean? Why would I play that? At the me side game? I guess so. I like meta games. That's what I've thought about recently as well. If you guys know any good meta games that aren't weeby or weird, let me know. Cause I love like Undertale and like that kind of thing. I think I think like I think games have such a unique way of being able to do meta stuff, right? Because like you can do like I feel like people are not creative enough when it comes to games, because like there's so many things a game can do. Like think about like Doki Doki Literature Club, right? They can do stuff like close your game. They can do stuff like move your mouse for you, or they can do stuff like pop up, like for Doki Doki. Spoilers, I guess it's been a while. They like put like files into the game folder. Like they like start writing files into the game folder, and it's like the characters will be like writing it. That kind of stuff. You can do that kind of stuff in games because it's like you can't do that on TV, right? So I feel like more games need to do that, and I'm always very excited about games that do stuff like that. Even stuff just closing your game is like it's so cool, right? Like if you're playing the game and it closes itself or something, it's like that kind of stuff is really cool. Thoughts on collecting Labubu? What the hell is that? A popular horror game that I've seen people play is a Menti. It takes place in an Egyptian tomb. I have not been keeping up with the horror games, honestly. Like I I was never a big horror game player. Like I'm a FNAF fan, but FNAF is not that scary. And I've kind of fallen off of FNAF recently because it's kind of hit its like it's kind of hit an ending of sorts. So and security breach was not good. And then but yeah, I don't play a lot of horror games. But they announced they're making an Alien Isolation sequel. Finally, after what? When did that game come out? 2014 probably, because when before, you know. But yeah, they're making a new Alien Isolation game, which I will definitely play. We should definitely stream that. We'll all stream that collectively. Let me tell you about Psycho Mantis. Psycho Mantis. An Elden Ring boss closes your game when you're about to kill him. It took you too long. That's so. I mean, I think that could be a fun, not an Elden Ring maybe, because Elden Ring is a bit too serious. But like yeah, for example, in like Undertale or Deltarune and stuff like that, I think a boss like that could be cool. Like a boss that fights you by closing your game, you know, where it's like you're about to beat me, close the game, you know, and that's cool. That's cool. It's meta. I mean, if they do it like over and over, it's a bit annoying. But like like stuff like that, where the game is like where the game includes the game itself. It's a really popular toys straight from South Korea. Lisa made them popular for some reason. Did you like them? I don't have any opinion about collecting toys. I do it if you want. Don't spend all your money. Have fun. I'm personally not a collecting type. Major claims horror games don't scare her, but I call it cap. I don't get jump scared. I do get scared by like environmental kind of like that kind of fear, but I don't get jump scared easily. Have you played Deltarune? I have. I'm excited for. It seems like the rest of the game is going to come out quite soon. So I'm very excited. Have you played Earthbound, Chikano? Psycho Mantis with a boss character in Metal Gear where he corrupts your data and makes you plug your controller into the 2-player slot. That is really cool. I think I've heard about this actually, yeah. I think I've heard about this. That was way ahead of its time. That is stuff like that is so cool because it's like you can only do that in a game. You cannot do that on TV, you know? That is awesome. Come on, Metal Gear Solid, way ahead of its time. Yeah, I've played Earthbound. Nice. But yeah, it's I know Undertale is very heavily inspired by Earthbound, and I remember like everyone was praising, like everyone praises Toby Fox being like, oh, that's everyone's like, oh, like he's so innovative, he's so cool. But then like he said like, I can't wait till the Mother 3 English localization actually comes out, and then people can see how uncreative I am, and I just copied Mother 3. So I guess we'll see. Is that mind of Kojima dude's insane? Insane in many ways. Never played Earthbound. I tried playing it after I played Undertale because I was like, because I love Undertale. It's like one of my favorite games. It's like my favorite game, tied with Breath of the Wild. But I tried playing it, but it's too like like I said, like a lot of old games. I find a lot of old games kind of tedious. I did play like the first like 30 minutes to an hour of Earthbound, but I couldn't get far. I love Ness because I thought he was a Mexican kid when I was little. Is he not? Is he Japanese? Wasn't Mother 3 Japan only? Yeah, that's why I said he can't wait till the English localization when people can finally play Mother 3. Um, when people can finally play Mother 3, they'll see that Undertale was heavily, heavily inspired by it. He has a baseball bat, yo-yo, and hella bags. He could be. You know, why, like, isn't his friend, like, weird? Like, there's, like, so many fantastical elements, right, in the game. He could just be Mexican. That can be your truth, you know? I think it's fine. That's cute, though. When you were a kid, you thought that. I don't have any of those kid gaming experiences. Except maybe a bit of Nintendo DS gaming, you know? And losing to my cousin in Halo. Japan doesn't have a lot of us in their media. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it. I'd be very surprised. I mean, I think that's one thing, you know? Like, I think Japanese developers push a lot of boundaries and stuff, but they're still, like, I think for me, like, the main thing, like, they're very behind on some aspects, you know? Like, one is, like, you know, just, like, proper representation of things. If they're using, like, other cultures and stuff or no, this is not Japan in general, but this also applies to, like, for example, like, this is a big topic of contention in Genshin, because a lot of each nation is based off of different regions of the world, but, like, they don't really properly represent it a lot of the times, because they're very set in their ways and, like, certain things. And another thing is, like, Japan has the worst, like, Japanese games have the worst accessibility. Like, like, even stuff like settings for, like, subtitles. It's like, it's not there. And you're like, come on, like, it's 2025. Like, let's have a little bit of accessibility settings, you know? Like, these days, a lot of different people want to play your game. Like, why have that restricted? Like, if someone is, like, a little bit hard of hearing and they want to play your game, like, let them. Or, like, even, like, a colorblind setting. Like, you know how many men are colorblind? Like, bro, it's 2025. So they stopped playing Genshin because there wasn't representation in that land. I know Yokomoto has stopped playing because of the representation. Because it's like a lot of people are very upset about, or are still very upset about the representation, because it's valid. It's like, for me, like, obviously I've continued to play Genshin, but, like, it's pretty valid because, like, they take every aspect. Like, Natland, for example, is like South American, African, and then also can't remember, Mexican as well. They just took it's a kind of like a mishmash. But they took pretty much everything from those cultures except skin tones. You know, like, every character is very pale. And, like, even when they're taking from, like, the Middle East and stuff, it's like they take everything except they don't represent the people, which is a bit weird. But, like, like, there's a lot of color diversity in NPCs, but not the playable character. It's, like, really weird. And every time they release a dark skin character, they're really weak in the game. Like, in terms of, like, meta, they're quite bad. Like, a lot of the dark skin characters, like, the worst characters in the game, which is like when you put all those things together, it's like, maybe they're a little bit racist. Like, maybe a little bit, like, you know, it kind of, that's a lot of coincidences to all be strung together. And, like, as someone who you know, has a bit of insight into East Asian culture, they are really colorist. Like, I would say there's a lot of colorism. There's a lot of people are, like, a bit racist, like, towards, like, darker skinned people, I would say. So I wouldn't, like, I don't think it's too much of a leap to be like, yeah, they're specifically including making the characters very light skinned because they think that's more appealing. They think that's more, people don't want dark skinned characters and stuff. That's like, it's a bit weird. 8% of men. Yeah, it's quite common. Yeah, red grade color blindness is so common. And like not having a setting for that is like crazy. Well, to the arachnophobia settings that transformed all the spiders into weird slime. Wait, that's good. You guys saw me in this stupid Skyward Sword Oh my, I would just be like minding my own business in a massive spider. The spiders are so big. They're like twice the size of Link. Like it's like a 2 meter long spider. Like I do not want this in my game. So honestly, I appreciate like obviously they don't have to go that far because like arachnophobia is it debilitating? Is it the same as like being colorblind or like like or like maybe I just don't understand because like I'm scared of spiders in a sense, but I don't think I've like full on arachnophobia. Maybe it is like very stops people from playing games that they would otherwise play. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like putting more effort into like subtitles and stuff is good, but I'm sure they have all of that. But it's spiders are cool, but man, the spiders in Skyward Sword, they were so gross. I actually don't like games with spiders. I don't like when spiders show up in games, so I do appreciate it. There's a setting for that. But it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny when they come up. There's a stage in Street Fighter 6 with a huge anaconda in the background. Your friend can't play that stage because he's scared. That's cute. I'm like, dude, you're a grown ass man. That's okay. That's funny. That is funny. When you think about it, yeah, a grown man cannot play the Street Fighter thing. That's cute. Huge anaconda was censored. Oh my god. Okay, when Twitch censors stuff, it's like when Twitch censors stuff that like isn't that bad, wouldn't it make like if you're a kid or something and you were like going on Twitch and like if you didn't know, like if you obviously weren't thinking about that, like you wouldn't know, right? And then like I feel like if you censor, it makes them wonder, like, what could that possibly mean? Like why censor it? And why are you not able to turn off the censoring, Ricky? Do you still get everything censored? I remember Twitch used to censor like oh my god. Like if you type like oh my god, it would get censored. Or like WTF would get censored, which I guess kind of makes sense. It's like I think it's okay. I sent him a clip and it happened to me on that stage and I forgot. He got mad. You can't even see it in the. Is it like really realistic? Or is it like what does it look like? I enjoy making fun of the absurd thing as censors call me weird. I mean it is kind of funny, yeah. It is kind of funny. I feel like being overly censoring just brings more attention to it, Because like when Just Dance censors stuff, it's like actually I think Just Dance goes the opposite direction because like they don't censor songs that are like really kind of like songs that are really there's like really intense like innuendos or something like that. They don't censor that because they just assume that it will go over them. It would just assume that it would like go over their heads, I guess. But it's kind of funny because the song is like really inappropriate, and then like they're like, "This is fine on Just Dance," but we'll censor the word wine, because alcohol is scary. So weird. Just a big snake, in a tree in a back on a big baby. I mean, snakes are kind of scary to be fair. Like if you just saw one not public in the wild, like I would be a bit alarmed, But maybe it's different if you live in a place where it's more common. Because I remember I was walking to school and I saw like just like a snake. And I was like, I've never seen this before, I'd be less alarmed if I saw a bear, honestly. It was just unusual. But yeah, I don't think it's very common here. Snakes are cool too. Yeah, I think they're pretty cool. I don't have anything against snakes. I don't have a fear of snakes. I'd rather be in a cage of snakes than a cage of spiders, that's for sure. The scariest creatures are crab and squid. You should play Subnautica. You should play Subnautica. You should go, no? Want a real horror game? How many bears did you see then? I don't think I ever saw a bear on the way to school. Maybe sometimes. It was not that often. I don't see bears very often. I see like signs of bears very often. You know? When I was in elementary school, sometimes we'd have bears outside the school. And I remember like earlier on in my life, like they would be like, "Oh, there's a bear. No one can leave." But then like later on, it became more common and they're just like, "Yeah, there's a bear in the parking lot, so just like don't go out that way. Just go use the other door." It's like, "Okay, great." You know? At a certain point, they just like it was not a big deal anymore. Flying bugs for me, I hate like wasps. I feel like wasps are something I'm very scared of them. They didn't do anything with the bear. Bro, I live in Canada. They don't care. It's normal. They have them in all sizes here. Remind me not to come to Brazil. That's terrifying. There are lots of flying bugs. Are they known for that? Why did you go there, Ricky? That's terrifying. I cannot deal with that. You know what's really creepy? Dragonflies. Like why do people not have issue with dragonflies? They're so scary. They're so big. Like dragonflies can be like this big. And they're like weird. They're weird and creepy. I hate dragonflies. Yeah, I don't like a lot of bugs, let's be real. I don't think I like any bugs. Isn't there island in South America or something where all the fauna is really small? I have no idea. Like tiny deers? What? Like how small? That's cute. I could go there and feel tall, you know? Sounds fantasy like. Sounds like LARPy. You want to go there to go to LARPy? You want to go there and pretend you're an elf? Like cats? There's no way. That's so small. You're a giant. You get to feel like a giant if you went. It's probably like environmentally protected place though. If it's that unique, you know, you're probably not allowed to go there and just like hunt the animals, you know. Not that you would do that, but like, you know, they don't want people going there and like stepping on the tiny deer, you know, by accident. Because like, if the deer are cat size, then how small are the cats? Are the cats like? Is there a cat like this big, like a hamster? That'd be crazy. Just frolic in the woods with the fairies. Sounds very LARPy to me. Sounds like, what is the one? Druid behavior. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, speaking of LARPing. Okay, sorry. There's no relation. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm gonna play some Malomart. I'm trying to relate Malomart to LARPing, which I guess kind of. You know, like Zelda, fantasy, Malomart. It might get there at some point, but yeah. Give me a couple of minutes. Enjoy the Malomart. Okay, I'm back. Hope everyone is doing good. um, I was like, I had a topic. I think I wrote it down. I had something to discuss. I can't even remember now. I didn't write it down. I'm silly. Sometimes I was like, sometimes I'm like thinking of something. I'm like, oh, I need to tell stream, but then I don't remember later. It must have been something. You're back. Are you happy about it this time? Or are we sad about no Malamar? I don't know what I don't know if I stopped streaming Genshin, like I don't know what I would play in the empty space there. Or just nothing, I guess. Just give up my career as a gamer. Cannot find any information on that specific island. He made it up, yeah. The moment you thought of it, it left the brain. I know. I'm so forgetful these days. I think like I don't know. I think after I left school, like I don't have any reason to retain any memories. I just forget everything. You like me as much as you like your AFKs. Okay, okay. It may not be an island, it could just be a location. You could have dreamed it in your fantasy dreams, in your LARPing dreams. Possibly. Maybe Chikano just secretly maybe it came up in your last D&D session, you know? I was actually under the impression that D&D was very male dominated, like a very male dominated hobby. But apparently the company that like sells the materials for D&D, they have done surveys, and recently apparently it's a 60-40 split of men and women. And I was like, that's pretty crazy. I didn't think that would be the case, you know? I was very surprised by that actually. Not that I know very much about D&D, but like I would have thought it would be one of those things. Like, it kind of, I feel like media kind of gives off the image that it's like just men, like, just like guys, like, playing it together. But it seems very diverse, And I was like reading on Reddit about like women's experiences with this stuff. And I think a lot of them just play together, They're like, oh, I just like playing, like they have like a group, and it's like people they trust, people they're their friends, and like a lot of times they end up playing together. I'm like, that's nice. Almost all my dreams disappear instantly, and Kimmy sends me 4-minute audios narrating narrating those. You remember dialogues from 5 years ago, and Kimmy could not tell me what she had for breakfast. Fair enough. I guess it just, our memories for different things are just like, for me, I feel like it's like, I don't know. Like I don't think I have a bad memory in the sense that like, cause like I did pretty well in school, like I probably was able to remember a lot of things in school. But I think for me, my verbal memory is not good. Like I think that's the difference maybe. Cause like some people are more like, how do you guys learn the best? Like if you guys are trying to memorize something, does it help you to hear it, or does it help you to write it down? Cause like for me, if I write it down, for me, when I studied, I would make like a cheat sheet. Like I would fill like a piece of paper with all the information I need to know, or like multiple pages if there's a lot. But I would try to summarize everything on one page that I need to like remember, like rote memorization. And when I remember it, I feel like I can remember where it was on the page, and that's what helps me remember it. Cause like for me, like if the teacher says something, it immediately leaves my brain. Like if it's like out loud, it immediately leaves my brain. I need to write it down for it to like stick in any way. So maybe that's why I don't have a good memory of like what people say, or like what like memories, like just like life memories. I feel like those ones are a bit more fuzzy for me. But maybe stuff like facts and stuff is different. But maybe it's like these days I'm not like writing stuff down and like studying it, like I'm not like going out of my way to like memorize stuff. So maybe that's why as well. It could just be like a verbal versus visual learner thing. Yeah, memory has been pretty spotty since I had COVID. I also have thought that too, but I'm not sure. It's really hard to like quantify these things, you know? Because like I think like since like I got COVID in 2023, the summer. And since then, like I don't remember about before, right? But like since then, I feel like my memory has been bad. Like I feel like I forget stuff very easily. Stuff hasn't like like I just feel I know my memory has been, but I know before when I was a kid, I was well known for having a good memory. Like my family members would be like, "Oh, like you have such a good memory," and we would play like games and stuff where I would remember stuff really well. And like I obviously like I know because like I obviously did really well in school, and like I was able to remember a lot of stuff or retain a lot of information for school, right? So it's like there's no way my memory has been bad. But then I'm like, I don't know if it's COVID. I don't know. I don't know if it's just school or if it's COVID. I don't remember like ironically, I don't remember like what my memory was like after graduating and like until I got COVID. Cuz I never really thought about it. But maybe it is COVID. It is possible that it's COVID. Playing P5 again during exams. It's funny to see Ryuji complain and his friends always roast him because he's dumb. Yeah, yeah. You have to read and write things to remember, especially for information that won't naturally pop up in my life again. Yeah, I think reading and writing is definitely better memory for me than hearing it or speaking it. Writing it down definitely because actually paying attention to it while writing it also not as much when hearing. Yeah, maybe that's it as well. I mean, writing it down I think is useful for everyone, but for me, I think verbally stuff doesn't stick for me. Remember it easy if it's in my life. Yeah. Do you remember that you used to play video games on stream? No. Yeah. Doesn't ring a bell. What are video games? COVID messed with a lot of people's memories. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of long term effects, but like it's very hard to quantify, you know? Because like I also think that I've gotten a lot weaker since COVID, and like I've gotten like for me it's like I get more tired like walking and stuff since COVID. Um, but it's also hard. It's like because like these kind of things are like it could be other things, right? Like I could just be less active. I could just be like, you know. So it's hard to say. It's hard to believe 2020 was 30 years ago. Crazy how time flies. It's been so long. And welcome in, Chris. Chris made it to stream. A rare occurrence. Hello. Hope you're doing well today, or in general in life. Everyone's very excited. A fellow weeb and JRPG gamer. No, I have seen Chris playing a lot of Baldur's Gate, so you've also lost him to the LARPing games. Sorry, Chikano. No, we just said Kurisu. I think that's his name on Discord, no? I all my mods on Discord have like a U at the end of their name. Just for fun. Um, if you're having a nice Sunday, of course, of course. You're a fellow weeb and JRPG. No, I've seen you playing Baldur's Gate. You were way into the Western RPGs. I've seen it. Chris is the Monster Hunter player. Also, everyone's just trying to get Chris onto their side of their gaming. Get your copy a day ago. See, I told you. There's so much hype for Chris. How are you gonna play Baldur's Gate and Monster Hunter? Isn't Monster Hunter really soon? Baldur's Gate is amazing. I made myself a character, but I haven't gotten very far yet. Do you have a favorite character? Everyone yesterday was on and on about Shadowheart. All the men love Shadowheart. But I personally, I like Gil. I think Gil is nice. There's always a way to balance two RPG games. Are you experienced in this, protagonist? Your potato can run Baldur's Gate? What do you mean? My PC is great. You know this. Yeah, I played the opening. Okay, the game itself is like a top-down isometric view. I don't think it's very graphically intensive, but the opening cutscene was crazy. Oh my god, I never saw it because I watched a bit of gameplay, but like obviously like if I'm watching like a shortened video about Baldur's Gate, it's not like they're not gonna show the whole opening cutscene. It's crazy. It looks the graphics are insane. Shadowheart, you're one true. Not you too, Chris. All the men out there. Another one. Every single man who has come in loves Shadowheart. What is it about her, man? I used to, but the way I'm now have a hard time being consistent playing with her one game unless I'm heavily invested. Exactly, exactly. It's tough. It's tough. Finding the time to degen into a game and like I've been doing that with Stardew and like even just find the time to just like degen into Stardew, I had to forsake many other parts of my life, you know? Like I'm like, man, I have to clean my house less if I want to play some Stardew, you know? I have to cook less, you know? Stuff like that. Blame COVID. Blame COVID. I don't like gaming anymore. It's because of COVID. Maybe that's my excuse. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe we could have like a variety day, you know? We just play random games. I looked up who Shadowheart is. I understand. I do not understand, guys. Like, I understand you don't get a lot of options, you know? Like, in terms of like human looking women, you know? Like, it's pretty much just Shadowheart. Like, I get that. Like, I get that. But like, why are people so dumb bad for her? Like, her hair looks weird. I don't know, guys. I can appreciate women. You guys know this. But I don't understand Shadowheart. I don't get it. I don't get it. You just looked her up? What do you think, Angel? Cause bangs? But her I don't know. I don't like it. I think like some bangs is nice. Um I don't know. I think maybe she's just not my type, you know? You know, either you're a fake man sometimes. Ricky the fake man. What do you like Ryan Reynolds? Ricky, you gotta redeem yourself. Do you like Ryan Reynolds? I think I hyped her up based on y'all. You don't agree? She's so cute. She gets a makeover later, but that might be minor spoilers. I might have to look up the makeover. Did she fix that weird hair that's like so like it's like rigid hair on the side of her face? And it's like stuck in this position and it doesn't move. Like even if she like moves her head, the hair does not move. I'm like, girl, what happened to your hair? Like fix your hair. Um you do, you do. You got that right. Okay, okay. You like Ryan Reynolds. You can keep your man card. Ricky, pretty fake, bro. I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. Um, but yeah, so maybe I just don't understand. I don't know. Kind of looks like a goth chick. Shadowheart. I don't know if she's a goth. She just looks kind of normal. I don't know. I just feel like I don't think she's ugly. I just don't see it. I just don't see all the hype, you know? I haven't seen much of her personality, so maybe she's like maybe she's very endearing. I don't know. But the first time you meet her, isn't she kind of mean? I don't know. I have no idea. But at least she's not Lysel. I hate Lysel. I have a burning passion for hatred for Lysel. You didn't like her at first too? Yeah, isn't she kind of like pretentious at the start or something? She has something about like, oh, like I would expect that from like an elf person or something. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, you guys know my one true love is Kazuha. Like, no one can compare. But if it was like fictional, like cartoon, like non real life woman, I don't know. It'd probably have to be a Genshin character. And Kalani, welcome in. Oh wait, Kalani, did you hear that they're making an Alien Isolation sequel? Maybe we'll get a second sound effect with a new one. Rip Leon? I meant women. I meant women, In terms of anime men, no one can beat Leon. Did you say Kazuha? Kazuya? It's like Kazuha. Shanyun? I do not see Shanyun. But I know a lot of people like Bayonetta, and I think they have very similar vibes. Bayonetta and Shanyun. The glasses, the librarian glasses. I don't get it, but you know. In terms, I don't know. I feel like a lot of animated women are like very designed in a very specific way. But Baldur's Gate is not. Baldur's Gate does not do like the weird gotcha fan service kind of designs where they have like really strange proportions, But I guess if we're including like animated shows, like obviously I love Vi. Like if Vi was real, I don't think like I think regardless of any I would date Vi. That's what I'm saying. No, like what am I trying to say? Like there's no like qualifier. Like it's just like I would just date her. You made your character in Monster Hunter Wilds look like Chaewon. Don't know what that says. I don't know what that says. I thought you were a Kazuha guy. Cause I will see you have liked the Kazuha's posts on Instagram. Kazuha abs. True. Yeah, if I had to pick a dream woman, Kazuha. Absolutely. I just think she's beautiful. I don't know. I do love Jenny as well. But like I feel like with Jenny, I kinda wanna like be Jenny, Like I don't wanna like obviously being with Jenny would be cool, but like being Jenny would be even cooler. Like Jenny's just great. But Kazuha, I wanna be with Kazuha. In terms, yeah, I don't know. I think with animated women, it's kind of hard because like if you're talking like Genshin and stuff, some of them are very, like, very weirdly designed. Like it's not. It's definitely catering more towards men than women, but it's tough. Thank you for the emos. I do appreciate Chaewon though. We all love Chaewon. I think Chaewon is like one of those people. It's like you kind of have to be like, yeah, she's really pretty. Like we all know this. She's very, very pretty. She's gorgeous. But yeah, it's I think no one would deny it. It's Chaewon. Her face is like perfect. It's like pretty, but also like she has a very cute face, I'm kind of a sucker for like when people have like chubby cheeks, like Jenny. I think it's really cute. I guess it's not an anime thing, You all agree? True. Her new blonde. Chaewon has blonde hair. I cannot keep up with their hair colors because they're always like wearing wigs and stuff. So like, I'm like, I never know if they like actually dyed her hair or whatever. Kimmy worries sometimes when I go fangirl with Chris Hemsworth, but I tell her the exact same. I want to be like him, not with him. Fair enough. Sometimes, for me, it's like, it's both, Like sometimes it's like, actually sometimes it's not both. Like Vi, I don't want to be like Vi. I want to be with Vi, I think it's a blonde bob with extension. Oh, okay. Yeah, their hair is like all over the place, All the bobs, they're bobbing. True. Oh my god, I called my aunt in Japan, my aunt and uncle, and she had cut her hair like mine. She was like, I was like, oh my gosh, like aunt, you cut your hair like mine, and she was like, yeah, I did it, I copied you. I was like, you go, congratulations. I was very proud. I was very proud. Um, Vi, I love Vi. Vi is so hot. Like yeah, Vi is like like there's a lot of women. There's a lot of women that I'm like, obviously like I appreciate a beautiful woman. You know, like there's so many pretty women out there. I appreciate them, but like I'm not necessarily like attracted to them. But Vi, absolutely. Guy looks like a Korean Sephiroth. Felix? Felix? He looks like Sephiroth? You know who that is? Kind of, but I don't know, I couldn't pick him out of a group. Maya's takes are always on point. She's truly Maya. Ratty learned my name yesterday, so I see I see how this is going. Lock him in, Ratty. That feels weird, man. Dude has a deep voice. True, true. Felix has a really deep voice. I want to grow out your hair. My hair as long as yours. I just can't get past the awkward phase. Yeah, I don't know how people do it. Like, if you have like short hair, how do you grow it down? You know, like because that's what I would always think about. Like, if I shaved my head or something, then like that would be fine. But like the part where it's like this long, wouldn't that be like really awkward? I don't know what to do about the awkward phase. Maybe just wear a hat for a while. I don't know. Um. At least in the video he sent, Kalani, he looks like Sephiroth. Maybe. He probably has white hair at some point. He also has like a mullet. I don't know what he's doing. Kimmy's in love with Bai and says, she's not made for men, and here I am also in love with her, exposing how fake of a man. That's good, Ricky. Honestly, some guys like really understand like female gaze. Not gaze. Gaze with a Z. It's so confusing. A lot of guys out there understand like the female gaze, and I think that's a good thing. I think that's a really good thing. Balju, maybe one day. For Victy laugh, I guess I'll be using ChatGPT for the first message of Tinder messages. No, I didn't like it, Rati. I was just laughing because you learned my name yesterday. Now you're trying to use it. Wolf cut mostly. Oh, okay. Yeah, Felix looks cool. I like Felix. I like when people sing really low. I think it's very impressive. I'm sure Angel liked it then. Okay. I don't know if that's like the litmus test here, you know? Like Angel will like any pun. In Maya-nificent doesn't even make sense. It's not even a pun. It's just like it doesn't sound like anything. I don't get that one. It was the best pun they gave me. That's not. Yeah, I guess there's not much. Yeah. But yeah, I agree. Bias for the ladies. Some people like it's just like oh, they just know. They just know. Another one is like, Jonathan Bailey. He was in Bridgerton, and he's also in Wicked. He plays Fiyero in Wicked, and he is very much the girls love him. You know, like he's like masculine, but like the girls love him. You know. And he really understands that. Who is Maya? I don't know. Yeah, who is that? Maya from XG. Maybe. Or Maya from Persona 3 or something. Can't remember which one it was. That's me. Those who left the calendar until 2012. Oh. I was like, what are you talking about? I get it. ChatGPT gave me the same pun for Bamichi. What a scam. They're uncreative. Maya, best rapper in that gen? That's me, best rapper. No, the more I listen to... Okay, this is not an unpopular opinion, right? Can we talk K-pop for a moment? This is not an unpopular opinion by any means, but I don't know. The more I listen to like just normal rap music, not like idols rapping, but like rap music, the more I listen to that, I'm like, man, the rap and K-pop, like 90% of the rap and K-pop, it's like one, not every like okay, here are my takes. I don't think these are unpopular. One, not every song needs a rap part in K-pop. But they always include it as if they're checking off something on the list. They're like, oh, this song needs a rap, but we don't have a rap part yet in the song. We got to add one, you know? Two, not every group needs a rapper. It's not necessary, okay? And three, stop using rap as like, okay, they literally the way they assign rappers in K-pop, like 90% of the time, it's like either one, you can't sing. They're like, okay, this person can't sing, you're just a rapper, right? Or two, you can speak English, you're the rapper, you know? And it's like, they don't care about rap. Like, they don't care about, like, actually making good rap. Or, like, actually, like, having people be good at rapping. They're just like, oh, well, you can speak in English, so you can just rap. Like, I don't care if you're good at rapping. I don't care if we even need a rapper. No. You know, like, absolutely not. That's my take. And I don't think it's an unpopular take. There's a Maya and P3. She's your online bestie. That's me. That's why I like Big Bang. They got actual rapper. Yeah, so I appreciate when groups have like the rapper clearly actually cares about rap, and they're not just doing it because like they were told to, you know. Rap is thumbs down anyway. No, but okay, listen. I was today's rap. But I've been listening to Doechii. It's so good. Like it's very very, very old school. I was listening to Denial of the River, which is like a really, really popular song right now. And it's like very, very old school, she's like telling a story. Like full on. It's really, really nice. And also Nissan Altima, it's really good. I highly recommend. If you like, as someone who does not take this with a grain of salt, I'm not a connoisseur of old school hip hop, but from what I understand, she's very old school hip hop. She's bringing it back. Oh, and then also, wait, sorry, also let me respond to everyone. They all assign non-singers to rapping. Why isn't all the Seraphim rappers? I think they just didn't have enough spawns. Jaewon and Yoonjin can sing. Yeah, Jaewon can sing, yeah, and Yoonjin can sing. Rapping is just yapping over a beat, but it's not. It's not. Like they're like that's what I thought for a while, but I think when they really have like a good sense of rhythm and a good flow, it's like it's different. G-Dragon and Taeyang were a rap duo before, and T.O.P was an underground rapper before they formed. Yeah, exactly. Like if they actually care about, like clearly, like for no offense, okay, like that's what I kind of sparked this idea again when I heard Doechii on Jennie's song, because like no offense, but like I love the song. I love Jennie, you know this, but like the song was great, right? The song is great itself, but when Doechii comes in, she like completely outshines Jennie in her rap, right? Because like Jennie is a rapper, but she's a K-pop rapper, right? Like she's not like a rapper by profession. So like when Doechii comes in, you're like, oh, like this is rap, you know? Like you're like, oh, she's rapping. So it's like it's very noticeable when you put them side by side. Doechii killed that. She did. I mean, J-Hope had J. Cole, and Twice had Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah. But like that's what you mean. Like when you put them side by side, like J-Hope is not a bad K-pop rapper from what I understand, but like putting him beside J. Cole, I was like, oh, like he really outshines him in like the rap department, you know? Like I don't know how to quantify it, but when you hear it, it's just different. You're like, oh, I wasn't listening to rap before, but now I am. You should listen to Two Halls. He's my favorite. Well, I'll listen to Two Halls if you listen to Doechii. Did me just say Nissan Altima like the car? Yeah, it's one of her song names. It's like her other popular song. I'd play it for you guys on stream, but I cannot. It's very explicit. Lisa got Future and Meg as a feature on the album drop this week. Yes, yes. I feel like Lisa's one of those people too, where it's like, oh, she's not a vocalist, and like they have to have her in like some sort of position, so they just gave her the rapper, and that's why I think I think that's why she gets more rap parts than Jenny, because they're like, oh, well, Jenny can sing, right, more than Lisa at least, so they're like, okay, well, we'll have to give Lisa the rap part. But I mean, Blackpink is a bit. I don't think Blackpink has the issue of like not every song needs a rap part, you know, because like they are more like hip hop rap kind of oriented. Not really, but like kind of. I think in their songs it's okay, but there's a lot of songs where it's like, why is there a rap? Like, especially like Red Velvet too. I feel like Red Velvet a lot of times like they don't have a rapper in their group. But they always include like a rap part in their song. I'm like, no, you don't need this rap part. Like, leave it out. Deal? Okay, okay. Send me a song. I'll send you a song. You gotta go work for some OT. Oh no, not again. Okay, okay. I hope you have a good day. Good luck, and don't work too hard. When's Wendy gonna rap? I feel like she has. But like when Red Velvet raps, it's not very rap, you know? Because like none of them are like rappers, right? Even in the K-pop standard, none of them are rappers. Conventions in town, so workout's got to be done. Oh, right. Good luck. Yeah, I think it's not an unpopular opinion. I think kind of everyone agrees, but for some reason, all the companies are like, yes, we always need a rap. Like, we cannot produce a song unless there's a rap. Like, one rap verse in it. Like, it has to be. It's like, no, it doesn't have to be. Just make a song without a rap part. Like, it's very unnecessary. Or they could at least, like, train the rappers more. Because I doubt they ever get any rap training, right? Like, if they barely have, like, a vocal coach, then like what are they gonna do about like they probably don't have a rap coach, you know? Does Triple S have a rapper? Sounds like a question for ChatGPT. No, I'm sure K Profiles has your answer. I have no idea. I could not name you a single member. Kalani just went to work, Ratsy. Ask Google. Yeah, that's another thing that's weird. Weird thing about. But sometimes the raps are kind of silly that they're fun, you know. I feel like a lot of times Twice songs don't need a rap. You know, I feel like a lot of times Twice is like, why? Interesting. Yeah, just check K profiles or K-pop profiles. I can't remember what it's called. If you search for the group, it'll come up. And they have like all those weird facts that are like really strange. It's like, why do you know this? They're like the most mundane facts. It's like one time, ex girl from Triple S, she sneezed on our interview. Like it's like why do I need to know this fact? You know, the weird facts that you've heard. So some of the facts are so boring though. I'm like, really, you had nothing else to share about this person aside from this? Like they're like yeah, they like spaghetti with meatballs, but not with cheese. Like it's like what? Like why do I care about that? So weird. But there's probably fans out there who know every fact. Let's be real. It's like so mundane. I always wonder like if someone like made one about me, like what kind of strange facts would be on there? Like Naki ate dog food one time. What? I mean that's worthy of a fact, I would say. But like, why would you need to know that? I don't know. It's definitely interesting. I was actually watching a video about the Seraphim, and they did another documentary. Like they did a second one about their like training and their reactions or whatever to stuff. Kim Na-kyung seems to be at least one of the rappers, if it has more than one. I'm not AI, trust me. Okay, sure, you're not AI. I like the sites about influencers that include facts, but the facts are not facts because they have no idea. Can you ask ChatGPT about me? Ask about Miji Games. But yeah, sometimes there's some weird stuff. Or like whenever people put like, oh, like PewDiePie. Okay, I don't know why I went straight to PewDiePie. PewDiePie's net worth is this, and it's like apparently it's always really wrong. I don't know how they come up with this. They just put lies. True, they do put lies. Yeah. Although she's my bias, you tend to like the rappers. Plus, she's BB's sister. We do love BB here. We are all big BB fans. Just make up stuff and write. Someone make one about me. Just make stuff up, you know? Her YouTube channel features reaction videos, including content related to Genshin Impact. That's true. They found my YouTube channel. Let's ask about my stream. Ask about my stream. What you? Oh yeah, right. Sorry, no, the YouTube channel doesn't exist. Yeah. Tell them the YouTube channel. I don't think she posts videos anymore. You know. Yeah. Ask about my stream. That's more important. You know. But like, how would they get information? Like, how would they get information about my stream aside from like the bio? You know. There's really not much you can learn in there. Unless they can watch the stream. Imagine ChatGPT mentioned she hates weaves. How would they know? Actually, I have a tag on my Twitch stream that they could read. It says no weebs allowed. So maybe they'll figure it out from that. I don't know how smart they are. There's limited public information about the streamer major game. That's good. We like to keep it that way. That's funny. Before it would answer like with stuff from my bio. Like it would be like, oh, Major Games, she likes doing challenge runs on Nintendo games or whatever. Like it would answer with stuff about my bio. That's sus, Miju? That's good. What do you mean? Why would you want unlimited public information about you online? You would not. We like to keep it that way. The fanbase is known for being welcoming and supportive, particularly within the gaming and Twitch streaming community. That sounds like the most generic answer. Oh my gosh. I mentioned dear Miranda Cosgrove's long lost sister. Can I have my iCarly pay? Actually, oh my gosh. I was watching Suits the other day, and there was an episode, and there was this guy who looked so familiar. And I kept saying, I was like, this guy looks so familiar. Like, I know this guy from somewhere. And then I looked at his IMDb yesterday. He was a principal from iCarly. And I was like, oh my god, that's where I recognize him from. The principal from iCarly. But he was kind of iconic. Let's be real. Principal Franklin? You don't even game. That's true. They should know. What do you mean gaming community? You should add cozy streams. Would be perfect. They should add that, yeah. Almost everyone will read it and go, yeah, that's us. It got 100% right. Yeah, that's called a Barnum statement. That's what they do in horoscopes. They do a statement that seems specific, but almost everyone will say, oh yeah, that's true. Me just wondering why Meghan Markle looked familiar. I do know Meghan Markle. I love her. I love Rachel from Suits. She's, speaking of pretty women. Oh, Rachel. I love Rachel. Yeah, so it's almost everyone is being too nice. Yeah, they should mention in my Media Games community, full of weebs. Everyone is too nice. In Spain at dinner one time, you spent 30 minutes talking to the table beside you about how horoscopes are fake. The table beside you? Were they open to this conversation? I mean, like, I don't have a problem with horoscopes if people just do them for fun. But if you, like, genuinely believe it and, like, base your life decisions off it, then it's, like, then maybe it's a problem, you know? It's like, oh, you're, like, cutting a friend out of your life because they're like a Libra, like that's probably a bit too far. Um, so I cannot get behind that. I'm very like I'm kind of like bit of a skeptic. This community has developed from cozy and nice to straight bullying. You love it. Were we ever not bullying though? I feel like we were from the start. We always had a nice amount of banter, you know. Because I am 100% from okay after streaming. I've been streaming 4 years now. Um, and I'm a big believer that like the people you allow in your chat set an example for the new people coming in. So like if you let one so what I've noticed is that like if I let one person like sometimes I would like let stuff slide, you know, like someone would be like a little bit weird. They'd come in and be like, hey beautiful or whatever. And then like sometimes I'm like I just ignore it or something, you know? But like if you ignore it and you let that person there, the next person that comes into chat will see that message and will be like, oh, it's okay to say these things, right? And then it snowballs. You have one weirdo, and then you have two weirdos, and then you have four weirdos. And then suddenly, it's hard to control your chat. Like, it's like suddenly, it's like the environment you have created is not something you want, you know? So I think you have to be very proactive about this stuff. That's what I have found out. And I think a lot of people who are maybe streamers who are maybe like a bit shyer or like a bit less confrontational, maybe let something slide because it's like, oh, it's just one person, it's okay. But then after a while, it becomes like kind of accepted, and like a lot of your regulars are like a little bit making you uncomfortable, and then it kind of just spirals from there. You know, I feel like you have to set the people who are like regular viewers, you want them to be like setting a good example for the new people who come into chat. That's what I think. So the people that stick around, you better make sure that they're good. You know, like not just like tolerable, but like good. um did you ever game though? Yes. Speedrun for being banned and we just stream be a weirdo. I mean that's a speedrun for being banned in any stream. Yeah, I think the speedrun to getting banned in a chat is typing want to be famous, want to buy viewers, check this link. Like I think that's the fastest way. Wonder who was your first weeb? You had a second weeb, a third? Yeah, who was my first weeb? I don't know. I don't know. And we set that example through bullying. Exactly. We set an example here that instead of complimenting me and being weirdos, then we have a fun banter atmosphere where we do not compliment each other. So I made the example and all the other weaves joined. Who was it though? Who was it? Want to be famous and buy viewers? Check this link. I might, Ratzi. I don't want to be famous. We've been over this, right? Like, who wants to be famous? Is there anyone in chat who actually genuinely wants to be famous? Because, like, I would not. Like, if for some reason my stream, like, blew up and there was, like, 2,000 people watching, then, like, I would stop streaming on this channel and I would make a new channel. I would let you guys know. I'd be like, guys, I'm making a different channel, and I would start a new channel. She lost count. Maestro, you were part of them. First weeb, hello there. Oh no, it was Chris. He was the first weeb. The weeb patient zero. You want famous money, but not publicity. Exactly. I wouldn't mind being rich, but do I want to be famous? No. Would I like a famous singer had 1 billion fans? Yes, you would. I mean, I think for me, being a singer would be nice because like obviously I really like music, but like I wouldn't want all the publicity that comes with it. Like think about what Taylor Swift what Taylor Swift has to go through, then like, ooh, that's a I wouldn't want that personally. But I'm sure there's people who do want that because there's lots of people who are famous and they didn't become famous by accident. And welcome in Star. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the 10 stream streak. Meiji makes enough now. I need to make streaming full time and says nah, I restart. But that's the thing. Like even like streaming full time, like I would not. Okay, firstly, like I said, I would probably restart if there's too many people. But like, two, even if I were okay with that, I would not want to stream full time unless I could make all the money I needed to make to retire in like 1 to 2 years. Like if I was making that much money, then I would stream full time. But even if I was making like 10K a month, I would still keep my job. Cause like if you're a streamer, like odds are you're not going to be making that much money for years, right? Like I would say there's some streamers who are obviously have a lot of longevity, like say like Pokimane or whatever. But I would say like 99% of successful streamers probably it doesn't last long, you know? It's a very short-lived job and it's very volatile, right? And I feel like I couldn't deal with that instability in income. You know, like I feel like unless I was making so much money that I'm like, okay, I could retire soon, I wouldn't quit my job. Because I feel like, yeah, it's too unstable. Like 1 month you could be making 10K, and the next month you could be making 2K, or like you could get like canceled, or you could like get into some drama, or like I don't know, like Twitch could change their revenue like model or whatever, and then like everything would be different. Fought all the haters, and no, but you can't have the fans without the haters, you know? For me, I'm not worried about haters. I'm just more worried about like lack of privacy. And like everywhere you went, people would be like bothering you. People would be like really I don't like when people pry into my personal life. Like some people get like really entitled, you know? Like they're like, "Oh, they like some if you see what people like if you see like the way that people talk about some streamers and their personal lives, and they're like speculating about like, oh, is this like is Emiru dating this person, or like I was looking at her stream and in the background I saw like I was reading these comments, you were like, oh, her bed was like unmade, so she didn't sleep in her bed that night or something, and I was like, bro, what? Like why are you being so weird? Like I would not want people like being that invasive to me, you know? I want to be a Formula One driver for Ferrari, but that would make me famous. That's true. That's true. But that's one of those things where it's like, if you're really chasing your dream, then maybe the publicity would be more tolerable. Because like for me, if it was like singing, if it was like, oh, like I'm gonna be on Broadway, then maybe I would take like also you wouldn't be like that famous, like to like the general public, you know. But like even if it was something like that, then like I feel like I would maybe take the publicity would be like more tolerable. But obviously things get bad, you never know. And welcome in, Mike. You do a lot of small time theater stuff. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Sometimes I get random old people around town telling me they remember something. I was it. That's cute. That's exactly the level of fame I'm comfortable with. What kind of theater have you done? I just want to have a girlfriend. Maybe if I have a billion fans, I would get a girlfriend. I don't think you need a billion fans to have a girlfriend, Ruska. I believe in you. I like to think there's a safe amount of fame where you're both being well paid and not famous enough to be constantly annoyed. True that there will always be a possible dangerous weirdo. Exactly. I think with streaming too, like you don't even need a large amount of fame to have people like stalk you. You know, like you could have like you could be like at my level of streaming and you could still have a stalker. Like it just takes one person, right? But you wouldn't have like unless you're like extremely famous, you wouldn't have like paparazzi and stuff bothering you, or like articles written about you, you know? But yeah, I think I feel like if you were like a little bit famous, it wouldn't be that bad. But if you got too famous, then it would be like a lot of your private life would be really tough, I think. But I think with streaming also it's different because people are a lot more invasive and a lot more parasocial when it comes to streaming. Because it's more like direct, you know? It's not like being in a movie or like being in like a band, you know? Like it's very direct. I'll just be a photographer meeting celebrities at cons or anything. That's true. That's true. I think being. Have you done like cosplay photography? That stuff is so cool. Like, there's so many really great. Like, I'm always so impressed at like professional cosplay photography. They do such a good job. A decent balance of straight plays. I know what I mean. Sorry, when I read that, I was like, not gay plays. But that's so cool. That's cool. Do you have any favorites that you've done? Sure, there's cases where at Meiji level streaming there's stalkers. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think there's always gonna be like I've had people who are like acting weird to me or like being a bit personal or like being a bit threatening or like just being too close to me or whatever. Like people like DMing me with like interesting things or like people, you know, some people. Even I have had that experience. I've luckily never had like a stalker, but I've had some weird experiences and people who are a little too social. Finish more paper. I came back and hear the topic of stalking. No, we were just talking about like, would you want to be famous? You know, like, it's like, I feel like it's one of those things. Like, yeah, well, we were talking about who wants to be famous and would you want the publicity of being famous? Or like, is there a specific thing that you want to do that would make you famous, but you'd be okay with because you love the thing so much? People need to understand that private life is private and everything gets shared. Yeah, I think it's just confusing. Like a lot of people get confused because streaming feels very personal, right? So it's like, I think a lot of people get confused because a lot of times we talk in stream as if we're friends, but like obviously we like don't know each other personally. So it's like I think a lot of people get confused. And some people are. I think a lot of people are just lonely. That's another big thing. Like I think there's a lot of really lonely people who use Twitch as like an outlet. And obviously like I'm the same. Like I kind of use Twitch in that sense as well for like social interaction. Cause like you guys know I don't go out much, you know, and I'm pretty introverted. So like for me it's like Twitch is enough. But like obviously for me I can tell the difference because I do not know a lot of these people, right? Like I don't like you guys know more about me than I know about you a lot of the time, right? Because it's like it's a inherently unbalanced format because like I'm speaking out loud and you guys can only type in the chat, right? So it's like it's a bit different. So it's like for me it's obviously like I think it can be still parasocial from the streamer side as well, but it's a bit harder to be, I think. And I wouldn't be confused in the same way. Did I paid? I meant paid. You know that? That's okay. It's okay. We all. I sometimes type weird stuff. You did cosplay photography. You did a couple weeb anime show cosplays and a couple gaming cosplays. You did like Genshin Impact. Did a couple of Zenless and I believe a couple of Valor. That's awesome. I'd love to see that if they. I mean, I don't know what the like. I don't know if like the photos belong to the cosplayer or something. What did I type now? No swearing. Sorry. A girl's DM is probably the worst place on earth. So many weirdos. Absolutely. You know, the worst one is Instagram, in my opinion. Instagram has weirdest people like, I get really creepy DMs on Instagram. Because, like, Discord is a bit different because, like, they have to join my server to be able to message me. So it's not as, like, many people. But, like, Instagram, like, my message requests are, like, so weird. But I stopped posting on Instagram these days, so I don't get them anymore. But when I did, oh, weirdos. So weird. Twitch whispers are weird too. I don't like the few people that use Twitch whispers. It's usually kind of weird. Your simple sushi prefer to have a covert life. Yeah, I'm the same way. I would say I'm a pretty private person. I don't really like even like acquaintances. Like, I don't really like even acquaintances like prying into my life. I don't know. I just get kind of like I'm just like why would I tell you this? your community had been growing to when I first streamed. Sorry for self. No, you could totally. It's totally fine. But when I feel like I stopped, you had other options. The photography was fun, especially with your weight loss journey and traveling. It's been growing recently, little by little, in the photography world. That is great. That is great. I'm glad you found something that you're interested in. And that's cool too. You can combine like your other interests, like anime and because like anime is very related to cosplay and stuff like that. You can use that too. You can you can combine those interests as well. I think that's awesome. Um, One of these days, I really want to read a girl's Instagram DMs. It must be entertaining and scary. I'm sure you can find someone like, I. One of the things it's like. Sorry, what am I trying to say? I'm sure you can find someone posting them online on like Reddit or something. Twitch is a good way to start doing some socializing again. You had a hard time after your best friend passed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So you're pretty withdrawn for a while. It's honestly a pretty easy way to make good friends if you have a decent respect for boundaries. Absolutely. I 100% agree. Like, I think it's just one, like, okay, one, you can make genuine friends off Twitch. Like, I'm not saying like every relationship on Twitch is parasocial. Obviously, a lot of people make great friends. Like, it's a really nice sense. Like, it's really nice because like there's a sense of community. It's not necessarily a friend group in the community part, but you can also find your own friends or like friend group or whatever through streaming, especially if you're a streamer yourself. Like, you meet a lot of other streamers who you can be friends with, or even viewers you could be friends with. I think Twitch is great for that as well. And even just like even just like chatting like this, like in a stream setting, even if it's parasocial is not necessarily a negative thing, right? It's only a negative thing if you like misinterpret it. You know what I mean? Because like if you just take it for what it is, parasocial relationships are completely fine. As long as, yeah, I think the main thing is boundaries. He's cosplayed a Vocaloid member once. Strange girlfriend election? What do you mean? But Ricky, how much for these photos? How much money will it take for you to show us those photos? I want to see Hatsune Miku Ricky. It's on you. Wait. Do you want to share? Want to share with us? Link it. Oh my, I would love to see this. You had another reason pick. Oh. From a random guy on Insta once. Guy apologized. He apologized to you. Oh my god. And was supposed to do someone else. Bro. What do you mean? He apologized to you, but not the random person he was probably gonna send it to. That's like weirdly self-aware, but like maybe they're gonna send it to like a partner, you know, like someone they that would want the photo. Who knows? Hopefully. Do you think real life friends are more real than Discord friends? I don't think so. I don't think meeting in person inherently makes a friendship more important or meaningful or valuable in any way. But I also think that friend chemistry or any relationship chemistry is different over online than it is in person. Like, sometimes you will meet an online friend and you'll just completely click in person. It's like, it's the same, you know? I think it's possible to meet an online friend in person and it's not the same in person, you know? It's like the vibes are just different in person. I think it's possible as well. You know, two couples that met on Twitch and are married. Yes, it can happen. I'm never sharing the link. I'm gonna message Kimmy. I'm gonna ask. Wait, what will it take? What will it take for you to share? Like, what can I offer you? Let's bargain. If it's a video, is it like a dance? Like, I'm so curious. But yeah, I don't think online friends are any less meaningful. I don't know who Kimmy is. His wife. It's not what? It's not what? And it's not a dance? Wait, what? I've been pretty fortunate that all the online friends you've met in person have been awesome to hang out with. Never had one that's turned out poorly. That's good. That's good. I just think it can happen, you know? But I'm glad. I'm glad. I don't think I've ever had a bad experience either. Ricky, have come to Bargain. I have come to Bargain. What can I do? Did he even need 1 billion fans? Ricky does have 1 billion fans. You don't. He's very famous. We're all included in the fan club. Yeah, you don't need 1 billion fans. People all around the world are getting married without 1 billion fans. Is YouTube video pop? Maybe that's what it is. Is Hatsune Miku dance cover got 1 billion views? Maybe. Yeah, it's I think Twitch has a lot of. I mean, obviously, like I've been here for 4 years. You know, obviously, I think there's a lot. As much as I have issues with certain things about it, like obviously, Twitch. I think Twitch is a great place. Ricky shared his and Kalani shares his Deadpool. I don't think Kalani's even opposed to sharing his Deadpool on thing. It just sounds like he doesn't have the video. I think he would share it. And welcome in, Jaeon. You just followed. Thank you. Hope you're doing well today. Everyone does but me. I wouldn't focus too much on that, Rizka. You know, a relationship isn't everything. I think my best advice is to like, you know, focus on stuff that makes you happy, your own hobbies, your own interests, and relationships will come naturally from that, you know? As you develop your own hobbies and maybe go out and meet new people, then it will come naturally. I don't think you should force it. You doing good? Currently at work, so a little bored. Understandable. I hope your work day ends soon. You met your ex on Facebook, be a friend of a friend. You met them on Facebook? In what way? Like you just found each other on Facebook and you're like, hey, slid into the DMs? You share your song you wrote for Lisa? Bro, what? Ratsy, you good? I'm not sure what to make of that, you know? Thankfully got 4 hours left. That's not too bad. That's not bad. You can push through. We're having a good stream. Yeah, we're having a pretty good time. Back in 2021, you asked it to your brothers what? That doesn't make it better. Yeah, that doesn't make it better. It is a dance. You panic glide. I knew it because you said it was a video, right? Like I was like, can I have the photo? You were like, it's a video. It has to be a dance. Something I did because your ex asked me to, and you didn't say no. I'll think about the trade to share the link. I like making fun of yourself. Okay. Oh yeah, we'll think of something to trade. You're best friends with someone and met online, and we live in the same town but never actually met. Oh, you should meet them. Your friend has a friend. She knew since elementary. That friend reached out to me, and I was in a Facebook group with me, that friend, my ex, and our cousin. Sounds like a very Facebook thing back in the day, doesn't it? That kind of stuff doesn't happen anymore. We had to have seen each other in high school, but we weren't friends back then. That's crazy. Why'd you never meet? It was low-key, yeah. Back in the day. Small world. Yeah, that's true. I think it's cool, like you can meet so many people from like different places on Twitch, you know? And then like we can have all these discussions about our shared interests and stuff, but like, you know, we all have very different experiences and we all come from different places or whatever. I think it's cool. The one streamer I'm mod for, there's like 5 people that live in my town in his community. What? You should meet them. Are you guys friends? Pretty sure you met your friend by accidentally punching him? Became friends through accidental. Wait, how does this happen? We need the story. I just never wanted, and I don't like pushing things. But now it's kind of awkward. I don't know. Drifting friends is sad. Yeah, I guess it does happen. Like as, especially as you go through different life stages. I think friends. But I can't even I can't even say anything about it because I'm the person that is terrible at keeping in touch with people. Like I I was like I'd be like, okay, New Year's resolution or resolution, I'm going to message friends once a month. And that's good for me. I'm gonna message them once a month. But I don't even do that anymore. It's me. I'm the problem, you know? Even one of them we got lunch, met his wife too. Damn, that's awesome. Um On my first week in high school, you were getting something out of desk. You turned quickly and accidentally hit him in the face. And since somewhere from, what a story! What a meet cute story. I love that. Okay, Taylor Swift, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah, it's true though. It is me. I'm the person that's terrible at keeping in touch. See, I charge people like that. Though the ones where you don't have to talk all the time, but we can jump into conversation after a couple months without missing a beat. Yeah, I'm the same way. For me, it's I am I'm a pretty low social interaction person. Um and for me it's my ideal friendship is we don't talk for 3 months and then we just hang out again and it's no time has passed and then we don't talk again for 2 years and then and then we meet again and it's nothing ever changed. And then, it just goes on like that. That's my ideal friendship. But I feel a lot of people don't agree with that. I'm glad we're on the same page though, Mike. You're gonna write songs about our ex-friends now and blame them? Nothing's wrong with them. It's just you just don't keep in touch. You forget people as if I don't talk 24/7. Oh no. You didn't message just one friend for 2 years and we picked up right where we left off. That's always great. I even talk to IRL friends because they have other things to do while I have nothing. I mean, yeah, sometimes people just have busy times in their life. It's also valid. Would you be the same in a romantic relationship? I think a romantic relationship is different. I don't think you can really have a romantic relationship where you don't talk for 2 years. I think that's called breaking up. We don't keep in touch. We should also think our ideal friendship is talking us into your... No, okay, maybe 2 years is a bit of an exaggeration. But yeah, it's it's I'm just saying my ideal friendship, for me, I would never be able to be in a friendship. Some friendships feel some people or you see in shows or what. I don't know if this is, I'm sure it's the case in real life. Some people hang out every day. They talk every day. They talk on the phone every day to their friend. And then they hang out 3 times a week with their friend. I could never be in a friendship like that. That's way too much for me. That's just what I mean. For me it's if I had a friend that I hung out with regularly, it would be once a month, it's a lot. Time for my quarterly conversation with my wife. Exactly. I don't think it works that way. And that doesn't quite work for a romantic relationship. See you in 2 years for biannual. Yeah, it's a bit different. I think it's a bit different. Sounds clingy to me. Yeah, I couldn't handle. Yeah, I think some people really like that in friendships. So they hang out a lot. But yeah, I could never have a friendship like that. I think it's too much for me. I've won a game daily with other talk to him maybe once a week. Fair enough. Fair enough. Your friend tries to talk to you 24/7. I've had to train him to stop. You have a little bottle of water, a spray bottle. I think building up that level of dependence can put a lot of pressure on one or both people in a friendship. I think as long as you're on the same page, and you're not codependent, that's okay. I think there can definitely be codependence in friendships as well. But yeah, some people, yeah, there's definitely some friendships that are very clingy, I guess. But as long as you have your own life, I think as long as you have your own life, it's okay to hang out with your friend frequently. Like who's to say that's wrong? As long as both people are okay with it and they have time for it. But like as long as they have their own life and motivations and hobbies and stuff, like they're like not everything revolves around their friend. But I'm pretty like a independent person, so my level of independence might be different than other people's. Give this friend treats when he doesn't message for a day. True. I usually cover his mouth. I mean, is this a friend that you punched? What do you think of long distance relationships that never try to live together, not even in a year? I mean, I don't know about the year thing, but I think I think long distance relationships need an end date. Because like I don't think you can just be like, oh, we're just gonna be long distance forever. I mean, maybe some people are okay with that, but I think in general, I think there does need to be an end date. Even if that end date, like it's whatever the people are comfortable with. If some people are comfortable with both parties are like, oh, we're gonna live together in 5 years. We're gonna make the move in 5 years. Like say they have like school or something. Um, like then that's fine. As long as you're on the same page. And there's an I think there has to be a end date. Like some started hanging out with friends, but they have actual lives. I mean, I think it gets tough as you get older as well. People just have more responsibilities, less free time, stuff like that. I'm sure it gets even worse when people start having kids and stuff. I think it's important if you and your friend both understand you have separate lives to live. The same friend you punch, you cover his mouth when he talks to you too much. I see. I try to make sure that when I do spend time with friends, I make it clear how much I value and appreciate them, even if we're not together frequently. Yeah, I think it's fine. As long as like, like as long as you guys are on the same page and you're communicating clearly, about your whatever your expectations are of how much you want to see each other. But like, yeah, it's totally fine. As long as you have a good time with them, you have a good relationship with them, and another thing is like, you can rely on them if you needed it. Even if you don't see each other often, if you needed their support, then they would be there for you. I think that's good. Kimi are getting to live together after 5 years. Not really your decision, simply life possibilities. Exactly, exactly. Um, as long as you have a goal you're working towards. Like not everyone can have a time frame of 1 year. Like 1 year is kind of soon. Like a lot of people, like you might be doing school, you might have a job that you need to, or there might be like visa issues. Who knows? You have little responsibilities. Maybe you gotta take on some more responsibilities. Not gonna lie, you're pretty codependent when you're with your ex. You and your ex would message each other mostly every day, not all day, but small talk was perfectly fine. This was back in senior year of high school. We got in a relationship, those talks became less frequent, and I didn't handle that well. I feel like she wasn't interested in me, and that made me depressed. I think that's like, that can be like I think obviously like you were young, so this is completely understandable. Like not everyone, like I think it's a lot of high school relationships go this way, because like not you guys don't have like good communication skills. That yes, and that's also like a good. I think that's like a good thing, right? Because like you learn in this like low stakes high school relationship, you mess up, you make mistakes, things go wrong, and then that's like a learning experience, right? Um, and like yeah, I think that kind of stuff also could be like a self-confidence thing, like insecurities and stuff like that, which is totally valid, especially when you're young, right? Like it's like a lot of people will have those issues. And I think that's something that it's just a learning experience. Your high school relationship ended almost as soon as it started. Valid, valid. That one high school relationship I had lasted 3 hours. Okay, you might have the record. Yeah, that might be the world record. 3 hours? Can we? So you had a conversation where you're like, "Do you want to be my girlfriend or do you want to be my boyfriend or whatever?" And when you had that conversation, and then 3 hours later, you're like, "Let's break up." What happened? What could happen in 3 hours? Did they just change their mind? Um. You learned a lot, but it always feels bad when I was one of those who was thinking far ahead into a relationship. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think when you're in high school, I mean, at least I feel this way. When you're that young, you're very naive about relationships, and you're like, oh, it's gonna work out perfectly. We're gonna have a fairy tale ending, and we're gonna get married. And you think this, but you're like 16, you're like 17, like, oh, 90%, like that is not gonna work out 90% of the time. So it can be extra devastating, I think, when you're that young because you have such high hopes and you've never experienced heartbreak. Yeah. It can feel very intense. I think your shortest relationship was 6 months. Yeah, that's a lot longer than 3 hours. I agree. Asked her out over Facebook online. We went to the grade 9 dance, and I never once talked to her. You didn't talk to her you went to the dance and didn't talk to her? Sorry, what? You never spoke to her in person? So how did you break up? Did you break up over Facebook? 3 hours is not even that fast. You can watch 2 whole movies. It's pretty fast for a relationship. Um, that's another reason why communicating your desires and expectations is important. If you're not on the same page, it can have some negative effects. Absolutely. Communication is huge. I 100% agree. Turns out, and even in friendships, um, turns out relationships require communication. No way. No way. That was my downfall because it's your first relationship. I mean, like, I think it's completely valid, like, because, like, I think most people have that first heartbreak experience. And it's one of those things where it feels like your world is ending in that moment, because you're so young and, like, you had you just never consider this possibility. But when you look back, it seems kind of cute now. And it's definitely like a learning experience. Because, like, as much as I feel like you can regret relationships, at the same time, there's a lot. You always learn a lot. How'd you dance and not speak? Yeah, how did you dance and not speak? You broke up their smoke signals. Like a Morse code. You're having your second year anniversary next week. Congratulations. I hope any special plans? You didn't talk to the dance girl. They're scary. You learned from our friend. She said we're done. That's like the most yeah, that's like the most grade school thing I've ever heard. That's so cute. Actually, a week I didn't know how to tell a no to a girl and said yes on Monday. Ended up the Friday got slapped. Deserved. Oh my gosh. Incredible. Incredible. You can still learn and grow even from a failed relationship. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think we all a lot of people really need those experiences. She likes ice skating, so I'll probably take her ice skating, but I'm gonna fall on your butt. It'll be funny. I'm sure she'll love it. She'll love watching you fall too. That's wonderful. The favorite part of it, the same friend told me I should talk to her or dance with her. Like after the breakup or before the breakup? This is like a roller coaster of a story. That's funny. I love these like silly high school dating stories. They were so like bizarre. Cause like man, kids cannot communicate their feelings, but which is valid. Like kids, we don't have like when you're a child, you don't have the capacity to communicate your feelings. You don't know how, right? Before the break. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. I feel like relationships fails aren't as bad as regrets because it keeps you thinking and dwelling. That's true. That's true. Even though we aren't on speaking terms anymore, I never regretted being in that relationship. Truly did love my ex, but eventually it wouldn't work. I'm still hoping she's doing well. Yeah, yeah, I think like it sounds like, you know, like even if people are the right people, like they might be like a good match for you. If you're not ready, or like the other person is not ready, or like you're not emotionally there yet, it might not work out. But that means you could just be ready for the next person. You know, you learned your lessons, and you know, if you work on like the codependency and stuff like that, then you'll be even better shape for the next one. Um, she'll be the one falling for you. That's actually kind of good. You didn't date at all during school. You already knew you were a mess at the time. I wasn't about to make that someone else's problem. Very self-aware. Okay, very mature. Um, she married the next guy she dated. Also went to high school with us and started dating grade 9. I guess. Yeah. Okay. You just had a lot of maturing to do. I mean, yeah, you're self-aware. You're already in a pretty good spot, you know? The next person, whoever they may be, I believe in you. You're just thinking this tonight? Relationships are just romantic friendships? I mean, obviously, yeah. But I feel like there are... I mean, if you get to the point where you're, like, getting married and stuff, it's probably a bit more dedication than a friendship, hopefully. Although friendships can be very valuable, I think, you know, the person that you're gonna spend your life together with is maybe a bit more of a commitment, I guess. Yeah. You're so smooth when you want to be, but you're too introverted. It's okay. It's okay. You don't need to be smooth. You just have to be like, you just have to treat others like people and be yourself. I don't think you need to worry about being smooth. It's crazy how relationships with other people, platonic or romantic, could be so impactful. I mean, absolutely, of course, yeah. I mean, there's so much like psychology and stuff. There's so much psychology and stuff in like how we interact with others and how we have any type of relationship in our life. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on, and like we're all so different in how, you know, our parents all messed us up in different ways. You know, it's gone to the point where your girlfriend no longer calls you baby; you're called Jay or bro. That's how you know it's real. I can raise a kid with your best friend if he's open to it. Sure, you could be co-parents. And to be serious, this is the woman gonna file my taxes. I mean, you say that, but like finances are a big thing. You know? Financial compatibility? Huge. Be yourself and you'll find exactly. Your mental health did? That's valid too. That's valid. Bro, I love you. That's cute. That's cute. Like, dude. Do you want to get married, dude? You know, if that works for her, that works, you know? Hey, dude, let's buy it. Much love, big dog. In your wedding vows. You're like, homie. Let death do us apart, man. And welcome in, Ken. How are you? Honestly, I get behind that. I like that. I like that. I'm a pretty like casual. I like, you know, sometimes if it's like too sappy, I can't. I'm not as good with that stuff. So like, if it's bro, you know. Do you want to marry me? Yeah, dude, I'm in, bro. I would love that. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Not actually, like not in real life, but like that's funny. um, how am I? I'm doing good. I'm glad you're doing good too, Ken. I wonder if you need to kiss for the marriage to be real. I don't think so. I think you can get married without kissing. What do you mean? Because kissing your friend would be weird. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Are you marrying your friend platonically? Is that what you mean? promise, bro, I won't leave you, man. I got max aura. What does that even mean? I'll keep raising you forever, big dog. What's max aura? Means you're gonna hate The Notebook. I haven't seen it. Gotta kiss the homies goodnight. Of course, of course. Wonder why asking your single friends for advice is such a popular decision in school. Almost every time it ends up badly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of weird advice out there. I think like the advice like kids, high school kids gave each other is so weird. Kids these days, yeah, kids these days. What are they doing? Boomer. I don't know what max aura is. If I get married to your current girlfriend, you're gonna opt out of kissing because I know she's gonna eat something really smelly before the ceremony just to make it funny. Your girlfriend sounds really funny. Every time they go get the marriage, they kiss. So I have no idea if it's actually required. Yeah, I don't think it's required. Yeah. Max aura means big aura. Oh, thank you. That explains it. Kiss or your debt will increase. Oh no! Your marriage license will be 10% more expensive. She once ate skatefish before a date because she wanted to test me. She's brilliant. She does sound brilliant. Your girlfriend sounds funny. Read your games. I'm not trying to steal his girlfriend. Don't worry. I have been known to sometimes hit on people's girlfriends, but it's always in a friendly way. It's always in a friendly way. I would never be a homewrecker. Like, I'll flirt, but it's fun. We're all included, you know? I have been known, but it's never in a serious way, you know? It's like in the way that girls flirt with each other, you know what I mean? It's like the girls will say to each other, like, damn, like, you're so hot. Like, I can't say this in a family friendly way, but like, they will be like straight up, viscerally, like, really vulgar to each other, but it's like friendly. That aura is another way of saying they're radiating their energy. Oh, okay. I see. Like a dad out to eat at a restaurant. She'd probably fall for you, not gonna lie. In a friendly way, don't worry, I get you. Exactly, exactly. Except for Vi. I would steal Kate's girlfriend. Yeah, I would. No, I wouldn't. I love Kate and Vi. More like me, Jug steals your girl. I might. The same way the homies flirt with each other. You just zero aura. What? What do you mean? Where's my aura? I have aura. I do. Trust me. Trust me. Yeah, when all you guys complaining about not getting a girlfriend, let me know when you get one and I'll steal her. Steal your girl, aura. Oh. You even know what aura was 2 minutes ago? No, but I have it. I don't need to know what it is to have it. You know what I mean? And then there's guys who say stuff to your other guy friends. No, you're fine. Is that what you guys say to hype each other up? You're fine? Or is it like fine? Is it like fine or is it fine? We got her. She admitted it now. I don't know what a brain is yet, but strangely you have it. Are you sure? Why would I tell you if I get a girlfriend just so you can steal her? I think if you got a girlfriend, you'd want to brag to us, you know? That's a PG way of saying. Yeah. I see. Yeah, I had trouble censoring my thing as well. I was like, how do I say this? We absolutely flirt with the homies to build each other's confidence. That's awesome. That's awesome. I feel like guys should do that. You probably don't have a brain. You work in security. You've been hit in the head so many times. You're certain you have a P in there. You know what? What doesn't kill it makes it stronger. You know, it's just building resilience. Your skull. You know. Soon it's like you're Head will be like a helmet, you know? Yeah, it's building angel. Angel. What I no, yeah, okay. Toss your ways. It's called being a girl. It just opens doors that you have never even heard of, you know? Helmet would be a good idea though. You should. You should. You could be like, if you're in security, you could be like those mall cops that wear the helmet on the Segway. That could be you. Never heard you sound more disappointed. I think like I'm used to Angel with the puns, but that one was like too much. I can't accomplish that. Yes, it's tough. You are a girl? Well, use that. Use that. Use that to your advantage. And lock him in Urahana. Hope you're doing well today. Just have a bike helmet, 360. Maybe go full on like a motorcycle helmet with like the front part as well. Or like the hockey helmet with the cage. Something like that. Steal your girl. Oh no. Not the slander. I'm not a homewrecker. I promise. Look. I might like Ariana Grande, but I don't support her homewrecking ways. Okay? With the visor, you need to take notes. Yeah, you look cool. No plotters. I had yesterday, and everything hurts, Angel. You have no idea. Like, I, I was doing this workout where you lie on your side and then you like lift yourself up, right, with your obliques and your glutes. And now the entire side of my body is like in so much pain. I hate it. Homewrecker would have been a better title. No. Speaking of Ariana, what happened to her? She looks lifeless. What do you mean what happened to her? Um, a two-piece suit and a motorbike helmet with slab? You look cool. Yeah, you look really cool. You'd be like Hitman, but like with a helmet. I've seen that exercise looks like a backbreaker speedrun. It's like so obliques, you know? Um, you ask your boss. Yeah, ask your boss about the suit. It looks like a shriveled bro. What? You mean she's lost a lot of weight? Is that what you mean? Or you mean she's wrinkly? I don't think she's wrinkly. Aren't all raisins shriveled? That's a good point. Yeah. And lock him in blue flare. Hope you're doing well today. You steal my girlfriend from me. This girlfriend is getting stealed around. Oh my god. She's not very loyal. David Cameron, how'd you know I'm a shriveled raisin? What do you? I don't know what he means by that. Is she wrinkly? She's like 30. Beggars can't be choosers. Okay, sorry. If your Pilates instructor watches your positioning, she'll go. Yeah, she might flame you. She looks unhealthily skinny. Yeah, she has lost a lot of weight recently, but honestly, who knows what's going on? People have been like really, I don't know. Like I'm all for being like in expressing concern in like a respectful way, but sometimes people are like very like, I don't know. Cuz like I feel like one, I think people are public figures, right? Like she'll never hear what you're going to say. You know, like unless you're like commenting under her Instagram post or something, like obviously like she's not gonna see it. And I 100% like I also feel this in K-pop because like a lot of idols are really really skinny, and it's like on one hand it's like, you know, it's their body, like I don't really want to like comment on it, but at the same time it's like you also don't want to condone people being too skinny, right? Like as much like you don't want to glamorize that. And you want to make it clear to like younger people who might be like idolizing these people. You want to make it clear that like, hey, like this is not healthy. Like Like, but you don't know what's going on. But you also want to like be like, hey, you don't know what's going on with them. Like, they could be sick. They could have an eating disorder. Like, you don't know, right? But you also don't want to glamorize that. Um, she's 30. She turned to dust. Oh no, that's why she's wrinkly. People have double standards with people generally, especially with weight. Too fat or too skinny, not big enough or slim enough. Yeah, I mean, K-pop is the worst with that. There's a way to show concern for someone's well-being. Yeah, exactly. I think like concern is okay. That's the thing, because like sometimes people will frame it in a way like with like idols, for example, they'll be like, oh, like Lisa's so skinny, she looks so unattractive because she's skinny. It's like it's not really about it's not really about her looking attractive. It's more just like, is she okay? Is she healthy? Like whatever. And sometimes people are like too like for me, I'm not too concerned if they have a consistent weight. If it's like okay, they've been this skinny for the like for example like Kasua, right? She was a ballerina. Obviously, ballerinas have their own. There's a lot of There's a lot of actually like rampant like eating disorder and stuff in ballet. But for me, what it seems like is like she has kept a quite consistent weight at least throughout her Le Seraphim year. So yeah, to me, she doesn't seem very. I'm not very concerned. And I think when people are like calling her out for being like, oh, like she's too skinny or whatever, then like I'm like, that's like maybe that's just. Then you also have like maybe that's just their weight, you know? Like I'm someone who is fairly skinny as well, and I have been my whole life. I'm not like dieting. I'm not like, you know, like starving myself. Like that's just how I naturally am. I don't ever get positioning like this later in life, but why healthy posture has to be so uncomfortable? It's because you have to strengthen muscles to get better posture. You can't just force it. Even at the point she doesn't have your number, she doesn't really care for your opinion. Yeah, but it can be damaging, right? Like if she had like an eating disorder or something. I don't see why people comment it on their posts. It's so weird. Like what's the point of like going to her post and be like, hey, you're too skinny or like you're too fat? Like what? Why? Like that's the annoying thing about uh that's my actual pet peeve of people like I get like weird comments about my appearance all the time, right? As a streamer, there's those people coming in saying like usually like weird compliments, but like people will say stuff. But when people say it as if I should care about their opinion, it's like that's when it really gets on my nerves. Because like, did I ask? Like, do you care? Like did I say I care about what you think? Like no. Um Weight is a huge problem here, but the idols probably has a lot of push for perfection. Exactly. A lot of people don't take into consideration the idol's age. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of times they're still growing. Like, come on. And that's why I mean that's a whole other thing, right? Because we all say like it's a pretty thing. It's like we like minors should not debut, right? But like it's I mean that's a whole other thing. But like yeah, it's like a lot of times it's like yo, this person's like 14. Like you're really gonna like why do you care about her weight? Like let me like as long as she's healthy, does that matter? There's crazy pressure on dancers to maintain minimal size and weight. Yeah, ballet dancers, it's crazy. We do gotta post on Insta so we can comment you don't give it up. Oh no. Shout out to androgynous K-pop idol, gonna be one of my favorite genders. Sorry, is that a person? I don't think androgynous is a gender. I think it's more of like an appearance. Um, I agree. I think, but if you mean like it's just androgynous appearing people, then I think androgynous appearing people are very, very attractive. Um, it's weird how people have bad ego. Yeah, I know when people are very presumptuous or like, oh, like when people say like, oh, like if you gained a bit of weight or like if you did this, you'd be more attractive. I'm like, do I care? Like, did I ask you? Like a lot of times people say stuff like that, and you're like, what? Or like people will come in and be like, oh, you are like, um, I'm so like that's so great. You have like this feature. Like that's my type, and you're like, what? No, did I ask? Do I know you? um, You need to tell me these 14-year-olds are gonna gain weight. How to shock? I know. And I also worry about them too, because like they're like children and like they're like malnourished. And it's like that's gonna be really unhealthy for children. I mean unhealthy for everyone, but like especially so for children. I do taekwondo, and even I'm held to harsh standards. You got to stick to strict diets, but mainly to maintain certain muscle levels. But hopefully the diet is healthy, right? Because like when I say diet, I mean like not eating. Like those for the K-pop idols, when they say diet, they mean like I'm eating 1 apple a day or like 6 almonds a day. Like that's the diet. Like one bowl of rice, you know? If you improved your personality, you'd be more attractive for real. For real. It's like who asked them? That's what I hate the most. Like I hate when people are condescending. Cause like for me, it's like if they just make a weird comment, I could just ignore it. But when they're condescending, it's annoying. um, their mental state might get destroyed. Exactly, exactly. I mean, like, not that adults are really, not that adults are really equipped to handle this level of scrutiny as well, but like kids are even less equipped to deal with it, so they should not be put into that. Your coach isn't too nice with diets. He does some protein in the morning, but nothing else except some rice and fruit for the rest of the day. That's not enough food. How can they not eat? Isn't K-pop training really demanding? They don't care, man. Um, Sadly, the industry and the companies will do anything to achieve perfection for viewership. Exactly, exactly. I mean, there's that. We always talk about this, but Momo's story. Momo's story is like she was gonna debut with Twice, and then they told her you need to lose like I can't remember how much it was. Like it's like 7 or 10 pounds within a week, or else you can't debut. So then she didn't eat for a week because that was the only way she could lose the weight. And they like they didn't care. They didn't care if it was like she might die. Like they literally did not care. They're just like, you gotta lose this weight. It's like who cares? Um, I wonder, did they want to make you feel bad? Is that their desire behind this comment? I have no idea. I always wonder why people make such weird like when people come in and they're like, "Hey, beautiful, you're so hot," and like someone comes in and says that. What do they? What okay, are they? One just they just want to. They just have little self control, and they just have to say what they're thinking, and they don't really care about any like response. Or two, do they expect a response back, like an equal response back, and be like, "Wow, thank you. Like, do you want my number?" Like, like what did they think? Like, what I don't know. Like, I don't understand their thought process, or maybe there's none. Some K-pop companies have an award for the trainee that loses the most weight in the month. Yeah, that's messed up. Um, Idols here held to slave contracts, have no legal protection, aren't legally classified as workers. Yes, and they're like a lot of times underage. Most of the time, those are people that lack love in their life. Sounds corny, but not far from reality. I mean, yeah, a lot of times they probably don't have anyone in their life if they act like that. This guy being really, really socially unintelligent. That too, that too. I mean, yeah, there's lots of people like that though. They're not necessarily all creepy. Took 4 years of dance training, including ballet in your early 20s. You're super lucky I didn't get a lot of pressure about my diet, but it's still the best shape I've ever been in because of the physical routine. Oh yeah, dancers are really, 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 really fit. Guess your main purpose there was lifting people, so they don't care about your weight. Yeah, I think it's a bit different. I think the women usually have to worry about their weight because they're getting lifted up. But yeah, dancers are, yeah. I mean, putting the weight thing aside, like, dancing is such a good workout. It's such a good, like, full body workout. And, like, dancers are really, really strong and have really good cardio as well. Me and my girlies, we love this song. Yes. I said you're beautiful to someone once because it was in filter and it just came out. I was in awe. I mean, I meant it and they took it nicely. I mean, if it accidentally slips out sometimes, I'm like, fair enough, fair enough. But like the people who put it on Twitch, it's like you like took your time and like typed it out and pressed enter. You pressed send. You know what I mean? Like, it's like You literally like you had time to think about it, you know? Um, Putting us uncomfy. I remember someone like behind me on the bus was talking to a girl. Imagine just being there. That's so awkward. You should have saved her. You should have pretended to know her. I just need to get back into that stretching routine. It was insane. Oh, true. You must have been so flexible. Made me realize how tricky it is for women to go out and have a good time. At least I sheltered from this growing up, so I always saw no problem with it. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't affect you directly, so you might not realize, right? Like, a lot of guys don't really, like, you have no reason to think about this stuff, right? I think it's okay to not know about it because obviously you don't live it, right? But like, I think it's as long as you are understanding and are willing to learn. Even now, if I compliment Major and it looks her up, I think about it for like 5 minutes in case it's weird. I mean, that's good. That's good. I mean, hopefully later on you'll get more comfortable with it and be able to quickly realize if it's good or bad. But fair enough. Wasn't until my sister told me about how it makes them feel when they had a bad day did I realize that happens to people. I mean, yeah. I mean, as long as you like understand when you hear it, I think it's totally valid to like not know about these things, right? Like, it's like, yeah, you obviously don't know if you don't experience it, right? But like, it sounds like you're very understanding to your sisters and your girlfriend and all that, so that's good. And welcome in Zirconian. Thanks for the 41 months. I appreciate it. Now that Zirconian's here, I should probably get going, huh? Can't believe I gotta run the other way. I thought it was kind of my compliments with overly platonic nickname. Loving the hair accessories, homie. Exactly. That's the way. I just wait for someone to compliment you first, even though your style is excellent. I mean, I think it's totally fine to compliment my clothes because, like I said, those are things that I pick out myself. You know. Exfoliator. Oh my gosh, the skincare routine. I understand now. 100%. I stop people when I realize it's bad. Yeah, that's great. That's great to hear. I tabbed until me jug sip for probably 20 seconds. Oh no, there's too many. There's too many now. Okay, yeah, but for real, it is 12:30, so I should probably get going soon. We'll have a nice. I think for my physio thing is like 2 more weekends. And then after that, I'll have later Pilates again, so we'll have like an extra hour. After that. Yeah, well, I have physio. I have to go to Pilates a little bit early, even though I don't even go to the physio now. My instructor was like, "Oh, well, like you don't have anything like wrong with you, so like you can just get an extra 10 minutes of Pilates for free, and then insurance can pay for it." Don't tell my insurance company. But yeah, I have to go early anyway. Your 2 week the physio actually said you should just strengthen everything. So like it was like there's no need to go to physio because it's like everything is weak. Missed all the K-pop Imagine Dragons talk because you were busy. How dare you? We actually talked about many things that you would have enjoyed, but it's too late. Really waited for you to arrive to get going. I did. I just so I could slam the door in Zirconian's face. They called you a weakling, basically. But I'm working on it. I'm sure I'm gonna strengthen up and make my instructor proud. Because I realized like we do core workouts every week, but we don't always. We kind of rotate with like arm workouts and leg workouts, right? So like core always gets done, but the rest of my body does not. We're gonna get the Kazaa app. I'm working on it. Miju's brutal, steals your girlfriend and shuts the door on someone. I'm doing all those things today. Just specifically today, yeah. Okay. Great chats, everyone. Join the Discord if you haven't already. I'll be streaming again on Wednesday with some Genshin. And If you don't like Genshin, valid. I'll be streaming, chatting again on the weekend as usual, 9 a.m. Pacific, Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. Take care, everyone. Don't let your girlfriends get stolen away. Baldur's Gate stream. We'll see how it goes. I'll post my thoughts in the Discord. I might play some more today, and I'll let you guys know what I think. I don't know how far I'll get because it's really not my style of game, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, take care, everyone, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.